What is going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Another big time live stream here on a beautiful Sunday night. It's been a minute since we went live on the channel. I told you guys we're trying to do one about every month as we get closer to the season. And man, oh man, do we have a loaded agenda for you guys tonight, talking about the crazy summer that this has been, all the drama, of course, the running back position. Last time we went live, none of the stuff with the running back room happened, right? With Mekhi, with adding Tyke Hayes, with everything else going on in the running back room, Isaiah Mozee, Jamal Rule. We'll talk about all the summer nuggets, what's been going on. Of course, the Huskers just wrapped up summer conditioning, so we got a couple weeks off, 2 weeks off until fall camp. We'll talk about fall camp. We'll talk about the quarterback position. We'll discuss the recruiting class, not only for the class of 2027, but we'll talk about the class of 2028, the uniforms, and of course, all of your questions as well. We'll get to all the comments here tonight. So everybody on the way in, hit that like button on the stream, get your questions ready to go. But of course, we got to get to the stuff we got planned. We got to get to the stuff that we should talk about in regards to the summer. But I want to start off this stream just kind of talking about, I first want to talk about the crazy offseason this has been, kind of in detail, right? Because I think there's a misconception with this offseason, with this summer. Oh, it's been super slow for Nebraska. Like, oh, there's nothing really going on. Like, this has been, funny enough, one of the more active offseasons we've had in a while at Nebraska. You know, I mean, it's always an active offseason. This is the Huskers. Come on, like there's always stuff going on, but this year in particular, you know, especially this summer, we've had a lot going on. So kind of to begin this thing, I want to start to get you guys going with a blast of the past. Go back to November. Somebody said nice tie. Yeah, man. You know, it's funny. We just finished up the deep dive. That's why I got a tie on. I finished up the deep dive today, along with the record prediction. All that's done. So I went a little bit overboard on the deep dive this year. It's a little longer than what I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. Which it's good though. I put in it's like 2 times better than what it was last year. So many surprises in that one. Along with the record prediction, you guys are gonna feel some sort of way about America production. I'll just put it at that. Anyways, all right, let's get into it. We'll get into the comment section later. We'll talk about that more in detail if you guys want to. But I kind of want to start off just taking y'all to the blast of the past, everything that's happened this offseason to the point where we're at today, which of course being the 19th of July, just a couple weeks away from fall ball. Now, we began this offseason coming off of what was a 7-5 season in the regular season, losing to Iowa, fired John Butler. And I remember specifically when we fired John Butler. First off, I remember, you know, that was, I was so surprised. It was on Black Monday. I told you guys something was going to happen on Monday. I didn't think it was going to be John Butler. I thought it was going to be Donna Varela and Terry Braden, and they fired John out of the blue. So, Matt Rule's serious. Matt Rule's serious. Getting rid of John Butler, okay, after what was a disappointing season. But I still remember this to this day. Like, I remember being so perplexed. I was rushing back to my dorm room doing instant reaction, and I said, why are they firing John Butler and not firing Dana Holgorsen? That was what I remember looking back on that. Although that was absolutely the right decision. I mean, Matt Rule could have definitely retained John Butler going into this year. It wasn't like he was no question about on the hot seat, but it showed you how serious he really was. Then after that, we had all the Dylan Riley rumors around him transferring. Of course, we know what happened there. Fired Donna Varela a week later, fired Jeep Wade a day later after that. We fired Terry Braden. Then Dylan Riley entered the portal, which was nuts. I remember when Dylan entered the portal, it was kind of a sigh of relief. It was a sigh of relief. I remember, I'll tell you this right now. There's a lot of things around Dylan that I can't even talk about because I don't want his family to get mad at me. But I remember, again, we sat here and we were live in November when Dayton entered the portal, or excuse me, when Dayton decommitted. I said Dylan Riles entering the portal to done deal. Looks like he's going to go to Oregon. I remember I caught so much. Like, people were hating on me for that. They said, Wilson, there's no way he's leaving. Definitely not Oregon. How do you know that? And I remember there was a couple days before. I remember there was a couple days before Dylan entered the portal where you started hearing internally, oh, maybe Dylan's gonna stay. You know, I think his family's throwing out like smoke screen or something. I remember his family contacted me because I made a video about him I'm saying it's a done deal. He's gone. Donovan's gone, and his family was getting pissed. They were like, Wilson, they said something specifically. They said, Wilson, if you keep saying this, we're gonna send you a cease and desist. And I'm like, there's no way you're gonna do this. This is real information. Dylan's gone. Everybody knows it. You're not gonna scare me. You're not gonna scare me into taking a video down that's 100% correct that Donovan's about to get fired. And what do you know? Dylan left 2 days later. So the whole Raiola family, I don't know if they were throwing out smoke screens back then, like about, oh, he's going to stay. They knew he was going to transfer that bye week going into the Penn State game. It was done then. It was done before we even got to the Iowa game. So the whole thing, like, it was so weird. The whole situation, the way it ended so abruptly. There's still stuff that I don't even know about it. I know the majority of it, but I don't know how much. I don't know how long that was in the works. I don't know if he was thinking about transferring September. But it's just so weird that the second he got injured, Dayton instantly decommitted, instantly Oregon started tampering, and that whole happened. So there's just, that was a lot there. I mean, there can be There can be there's so much there we can make a documentary about, basically. Anyways, the Dylan Rile thing was crazy. That was unbelievable. Then after that, we were focusing on the transfer portal. We got ready for the bowl game. Phil Snow, interim defensive coordinator. And we thought, okay, maybe it's a possibility Nebraska could get it done in the bowl game versus Utah. We kind of started hyping ourselves up for that. Nope, did not live to be that way. We had a magical first quarter, though. Magical first quarter. Mekhi Nelson, we said we were up 14-7 at one point in time. That maybe we can get this done against Utah. Nope, second half had other plans, which as we typically do, right? We typically underperform in the second halves, usually with Matt Rule. Anyways, so that was the Utah loss, but let's take it to the actual offseason, right? What happened in January? What happened in February up to the point where we're at now? The transfer portal, you guys know, was crazy. I remember the portal. I mean, I couldn't even leave the house with the first like 7 days of the portal because it was just new news every single day, new news every single hour. Kenny Minchey commits, then Kenny Minchey decommits a day later. Then we get Anthony Colandrea a couple hours later. When again nobody thought we were going to get Anthony Colandrea. The whole quarterback thing was unreal. Of course, we got our transfers, Kwazi Gilmer. That what happened there. We spent a lot of money, but some positions probably should have spent more on. Then of course. And then after the transfer, we moved up spring ball. Spring ball happened a month early. We had the spring game a month early. The spring game was interesting. Bill Moose wrote a book about exposing Scott Frost. People forgot about that. The whole fan base started revolting against Matt Rule for no reason in April. Then Nebraska got sued by the College Sports Commission for fake NIL deals. Then there was all the pressure around the basketball program having success, and how is this going to translate toward football? Then Troy Daniels started raising the prices on the fans. Like, it's been a crazy offseason. Then that even brought it to the summer, right? Where of course June recruiting was out of this, off the hook, right? With Trey Taylor getting his 5th star, the recruiting weekends, Amon Hudson showing up, Khalil Taylor. We thought he was out, then he's in, then he's out, then he's in, then he's out, then he commits. Then we don't. Who knows if he's even going to sign? You never know. Then we got our new uniforms, which was controversial. We'll put it at that. And then, of course, Mekhi Nelson got arrested. And then that's where we're at today with Mekhi not going to jail. And we have a new running back in Tyke Hayes. And that's where we're at on the 19th of July. So I just saw all that to say this, kind of giving you guys a blast of the past. It has been an unreal summer. It's been an unreal offseason. People say it's been a slow summer for Nebraska. I mean, maybe because usually we have even more crazy stuff going on, but it's been ridiculous. It's been ridiculous, man. I mean, it's been fun. It's why we like doing this stuff. It's why we like covering this stuff, man. It's why we like covering this stuff. So anyways, I wanted to first start off the live stream kind of taking you guys to the blast of the past, everything that happened this offseason, because it's been a whole lot of fun. Now let's talk about the running back position. I'll get to your guys' comments here in a little bit. We'll kind of go a segment, then get to the comment section, then segment, get to the comment section. You guys know how it is. Let's see. I can already see some. This dude says, lose this shirt, white shirt and tie. Like I said, man, I just finished doing my deep dive. So we had to get the suit on. We had to get the dress shirt and the tie on for my deep dive. And I had to get the shirt on for my record prediction. Somebody said, is Wilson wearing shorts? I don't. Hey, come on. You can't do that. You can't do that to me. I'm wearing dress pants. No, I'm kidding. I'm not wearing dress pants. You can't see that, though. You can't see that. All right, let's get to the first discussion of the live stream outside of a blast of the past. Let's talk about this running back room. Now, you guys know how it is with live streams, right? We try to keep it honest in live streams. So I keep it honest in my videos, but like in live streams, I'll tell you how it actually is, what we're thinking with the running back room. Well, okay, I'll say this. I'm always honest. I'm always honest. This in live streams, we're even more unfiltered. We just have fun. We have fun in the live streams. You know what I mean? Okay, so running back room as it stands, there's 4 legit backs in my mind. Again, I would love to sit here and talk about Quinn Ives. We've talked about Quinn Ives ad nauseum, but for the sake of this discussion with the running backs, Quinn Ives is just not relevant. Listen, I don't want to hate on Quinn Ives all the time. In my heart of hearts, I do not believe he's a Big Ten back. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? He is a junior, very quickly at running back. If you got it or don't got it, if you're sitting here going into your 3rd year and you've never played, you're probably not going to work out. Quinn Ives is going into his 4th year. So he's never played. And the thing about Quinn, I could look past all of that if all he did was stay healthy, but he's gotten injured every single year. So Quinn, at this point with Tyke Hayes coming in, it's kind of like, what's going to happen? By the way, all the way, hit the like button. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Everybody hit the like button on the way and hit the like button on the way. And let's get some likes here. So anyways, Quinn Ives, for the sake of the discussion, I don't believe it's a top 4 running back in the roster. Connor Booth, very similar. You can just like when a member of the coaching staff talks about a certain player, you can kind of read in between lines. Like EJ Barthel won't tell you the full truth, but he'll tell you a half truth. And whenever EJ Barthel talks about Connor Booth, what does he tell you? He says Connor Booth's a Big Ten talent. Well, if you have to keep saying that over and over again, if that's the only thing you can ever say about Connor Booth, is he actually a Big Ten talent? We've never seen. He's had one carry his entire career. So I'm at the point with Connor where it's like, okay, he might play this year if there's injuries, but for the sake of this discussion, we have Conor out of the mix, Quinn Ives out of the mix. Who, in your eyes, and this is why we do a live stream as well, who in your eyes are the top two backs on this team? Now, again, I think there's a misconception. Oh, who's going to be running back one? There's no running back one. There's not going to be a running back one this season. Okay, that's not going to happen. There will be two primary running backs. You will have your speed back, which is really either going to be Mekhi Nelson or Isaiah Mozee, who's going to be the speed, change of pace back, third down back, blocking back, right? And then you'll have the power back, which will either be Jamal Roll. We thought Jamal Roll was going to be a shoo-in, but now you bring in Tyke Hayes, who's a little bit of a different story, right? You bring in Tyke to the mix. As much talent as anybody in the room. Again, we heard an internal report, just a couple days ago, that he's somebody who the coaching staff expects to be in the mix to start day one. Hold on, let me pull up his profile. So listen, I mean, right now at the running back room, I still believe it lacks experience. I think it does lack a little bit of top-end talent. Like, yes, Isaiah Mozee is a 4-star, but the fact of the matter is we only have 2 4-star guys. Mekhi doesn't lack talent, but Mekhi has off-the-field issues. Jamal, he's okay. So it's not like talent's a big issue. It's mostly like, yes, the lack of experience means that literally any 4 of these guys can start. It's exciting, but I hate when people say, well, this running back room is so deep. Is the running back room deep because all these guys are super talented, or is the running back room deep is because none of these guys have ever played before? The running back room's only deep because none of these guys have ever played before. So we think, oh, they're all on the same playing field, but they're all kind of C-tier backs. We're just hoping one of these C-tier backs can become a B-tier or an A-tier back. But listen, talking about all these guys, and who's going to step up and who's going to be that guy in fall ball, I'll tell you this right now. I think right now the rotation is Isaiah Mozee, Jamal Roll, the lead 2. You got Mekhi, you got Tyke Hayes as the back 2, but anything can change just because that's my prediction right now. I mean, come on. You have 4 weeks of fall ball, and Isaiah, for all we know, could maybe not play. And Jamal Roll maybe could be the lead back along with Mekhi Nelson, or Tyke Hayes could end up getting the majority of the snaps. That's what's exciting about it, because we haven't had a true running back battle in years where it's literally this wide open. But I'll say this. I am at the point where Tyke Hayes, I think he's pretty clearly running back 4 just because he's so... The fact of the matter is this dude does not even know the playbook. He's just committed here a couple days ago. He's really, really talented, but I think people are going to be asking too much of him, right? He might play over the course of a season. He might play, by the time we get to week 12, week 13, but is he going to be a day 1 top 2 running back on this team? Probably not. Probably not. We're really, with Tyke Hayes is also about staying healthy. The fact that he had a meniscus issue in the spring at Iowa Western, not awesome, right? Because you need all these guys to stay healthy. And we have a running back room that has dealt with injuries throughout, these past couple of years. Jamal Roll is another good example. I think Jamal Roll, people never talk about this. Jamal's had injury issues his entire career, right? He got injured his junior year of high school. He got injured last year, his senior year of high school. Like, yes, Jamal had a very, very clean spring ball and was not banged up. He practiced in every single weekday, and of course played well in the spring game. This should be in the back of your mind. Can Jamal Roll survive 12 games in the Big Ten? I think he can. He has certainly a good enough build to do so. He's not like, he's not skinny by any means. He's not 190 pounds, not going to get crushed out there, but it should be in the back of your mind. Can Jamal Roll survive, playing Ohio State, playing Indiana when he does have a significant injury history, right? I mean, that is a little bit something I'm nervous about always with these running backs, but for the sake of this conversation, I do believe Jamal and Isaiah Mozee are the 2 lead backs. Again, you're going to have Isaiah Mozee get about 10 carries a game. Jamal will get about 10 carries a game. Just because the thing around Mekhi is this. Yes, he's free on charges. The charges are dropped. The charges are over. We saw the body cam footage. The body cam footage looks pretty good for him. At the end of the day, it does not mean he still won't get suspended. I think there's a likelihood where he maybe gets suspended for a game or 2. Because, again, I'll say this. I think the whole situation was a nothing burger with the more information we continue to get, but it wasn't a nothing burger in regards to a PR nightmare. The fact that it was so public, it was reported by TMZ, the coaching staff is risk adverse. The fact that they had to go through all of that stuff, and now there are still some uninformed people in the fan base who think Mekhi Nelson's guilty. It's just such a bad look, for had to maybe have him lead be out there, week 1. So they might say, hey, we're going to give a slap on the wrist. We can't have this happen. We're going to have you suspended versus Ohio. And it would be one thing if he never got in trouble before. It's the fact that this is his 3rd time. Again, he's 100% innocent from what we've heard, but it's the fact that it's the 3rd time he's gotten in a little bit of trouble. You just can't let that go by. The fact that he got suspended for the Houston Christian game because he got an altercation with Roger Gradney, like that was less significance than what this is. So if they suspended him for that, I think they probably are going to suspend him for at least one game this year, which I don't personally agree with. But at the end of the day, Matt Rhule's the head coach, and Matt Rhule can make that decision, right? So, for that reason with Mekhi, and, you just never know if it's going to happen again. You think you ideally hope it never happens again, but it's tough, right? That leads me to believe that Jamal or Isaiah Mozee are going to be two lead backs. Now, is that a good outcome for Nebraska? It's okay. I think Jamal Rule, I'm at the point where I do believe he's a little bit overrated, at least within the fan base. Like, yes, he had a really good spring ball, but let me ask you this right now. Is Jamal Rule, in your eyes, is he a top 10 running back in the Big Ten? Could he be a top 10 running back in the Big Ten? Could he even be top 15? That's an answer that I don't have, and I don't really think so. I don't think he could maybe necessarily as a true freshman be a top 10 running back in the conference. That's what scares me, right? You want to find somebody who's elite. I don't know if Jamal's elite just yet. I don't know if Isaiah Mozee is elite just yet. So although you think, okay, maybe Jamal has upside, Isaiah Mozee has upside, it's really not about who's the best in the running back room. Who are these guys can be elite? I just don't know if we have an elite or a great back. We have a bunch of decent backs, perhaps. Okay, a bunch of decent guys, but do we have an elite? Do we have an elite? I don't know. And that's what definitely scares me about this running back room for Nebraska. I don't think we have a single elite back, but I do appreciate that I got Tyke Hayes. I'm not going to sit here and I don't know if I had any influence on them getting Tyke Hayes. I know Matt Rhule watches the videos. Come on. Like, I know he does. I know EJ Barthel, I know for a fact watches the videos because he's contacted me before a year ago when I was defending him on the channel when everybody wanted him fired. So I know the coaching staff watched my videos, and I know they probably knew that I was complaining about the running back room. I don't know if I had to say over Tyke. Probably did. But hey, I like to believe so. I like to believe I did some with my whining. Maybe I'll have to whine more about the defensive line, maybe the land D-line transfer. But overall, at the running back room, at least they got somebody. At least they got somebody. Is it perfect? No, it was never going to be perfect. But at least we have competition, and I have confidence that Isaiah Mozee could be a really good third down back. Is Isaiah Mozee ever going to be an Emmett Johnson? I don't think so. I don't think he's ever going to be an Emmett Johnson type of figure. I don't think Jamal Rhule will be an Emmett Johnson type of figure in his first 2 years. Mekhi, before you talk about him being Emmett Johnson, can he first put on weight? Second off, can he, have better IQ on and off the field? And Tyke, it's about him learning the playbook. So this is a running back room that has a lot of concerns, but at the end of the day, at least we got somebody, and hopefully that's the last time we hear about any off the field concerns around any of these guys. Like, I'll take this around Isaiah. At least Isaiah, what I appreciate about him, he is a coach's son. He's never going to get in trouble, right? Jamal Rhule, if you've ever seen Jamal Rhule, there was no way ever this dude is ever going to get in trouble. Maybe, I don't know, maybe with academics they might say, hey, we got to figure out the academics here and there, but like, this dude getting in trouble off the field, he will never get in trouble off the field. Jamal is as good of a dude. Look at that smile. Jamal's a good dude. Jamal's a really good dude. So he's not going to get in trouble. Tyke, I don't know. Tyke's a different conversation. I've had some conversation with Penn State fans this past week, and they say that there was some stuff going on at Penn State. He wasn't like getting in fights with dudes, maybe like what Mekhi was doing, but I don't know if he's a clean book, maybe like an Isaiah Mozee or Jamal Rhule. So let's hopefully that's the one objective. These running backs got to stay off. They got to stay out of trouble. But anyways, that is the running back room for Nebraska. Okay, we'll get into the summer nuggets here. I told you guys I'm going to go segment, and then I'm going to go back in the comments, see what you guys have to say, and then we'll get back to it. Let's see what you guys have to say. World Cup is over. Yeah, man, that was crazy. That was nuts. Is it Tyke? It is. I think it is Tyke. I think it's Tyke. Yeah, it's Tyke. Tyke, not Tiki. It's Tyke. Yep. Tyke. There's smoke about a mod committing. No, it's not happening. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. I really wish I could sit here and tell you Ahmad Hudson's going to commit. I don't think he's ever going to commit, to be honest with you. Like, yes, it's theoretically possible he could commit in December, but I don't see that happening, and it's definitely not happening now. I'm sorry. If you see a YouTube post or you see, something like I'm not saying there won't be news around Ahmad. Like, we talked about Ahmad a week ago, and I said, hey, Fred Hoiberg's getting involved, and that should excite you, but he's not flipping now. If he does, in fact, commit to Nebraska, it will be in the fall. It will be in December. It's not happening now. I mean, think to yourself, what's going on in recruiting right now? Not much, right? It's kind of a slow period for recruiting. Like, we'll talk recruiting here, in the 2028 class in a couple of days, but I mean, it's just like there's not a whole lot of dominoes falling. Like, why would Ahmad flip right now? Why would he? There's no reason for him to do that. So, again, I know Timmy Alou, our 4-star offensive line commits, putting stuff out there. He's like, people have no idea. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I don't know if he's trying to get likes too. Like, again, I like Timmy, but we reacted to his film earlier today, but still, like, he's rage baiting the fan base. Like, come on. Come on. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I think maybe theoretically it could happen long term, depending on LSU season, depending on our season, depending on potentially if we do something crazy with NIL on signing day. You never know. But there's just no reason for this to happen right now. It's not happening right now. And again, I know Keith Williams put out a tweet the other day saying boom shakalaka. Again, I told you guys, I don't think that's a single commit. I don't think there's any silent commit ever. I don't think so. Because I thought initially it was going to be Owen Price. It's not Owen Price. Okay. So it's not Owen Price. It's not 2028 Owen Price. It's probably not a receiver in the 2028 class. It's not Jackson Carper. I don't think it's a running back. So again, who could it be? But it's not going to be a mod. I can guarantee it's not a mod. So, anyways, I don't know what it is. I know people like to get excited about it. Again, I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. If you want to believe it's Ahmad Hudson, absolutely go for it, right? But let's just be real. Come on, let's just be real. Talk about Anthony Colandrea, how he's looking. We'll talk about him in a second, man. I'm just like looking over the comment section here, and then we'll get to the second segment here. Even Conor but looked better than Ives. Yeah, I agree with that. But both, it's again Conor Booth had one nice play in the fourth quarter. It's tough to say anything about the fourth quarter when you kind of put the walk-ons in there. With the O-line set to improve, our running back should have better stats. I hope so, but again, I truly believe the running game is going to take a tremendous step backward because again, you just can't replace Emmett Johnson through 3 guys. You can't. It's going to be very, very hard we're going to be lucky we had EJ. We'll see that very early on, right? I do think the offensive line will get better. I think, but really the big jump will be in pass protection. That you won't see a huge jump in run block in my mind. Run blocking will be very comparable last year. Our run blocking was fine last year. That's what doesn't get talked about enough. Our run blocking statistically was actually one of the better in the Big Ten. I know Donovan, everyone hated him, but what made our offensive line garbage was our pass protection. Our run blocking was solid because our tight ends could block, our offensive line could block for the most part, and our receivers got physical on the edge. I think it'll be very similar to this year. I think the offensive line may take a tiny jump forward from a run blocking standpoint, but it's really the pass pro that's going to take that massive leap. That's going to be noticeable more so. So if that makes sense. We need to have running back and D-line recruits next cycle. Yeah, I mean, we have some right now, man. I actually really like our running back class and our D-line class in class 2027. I think the D-line class is super underrated. You got Nehemiah Obadi, who's definitely a 4-star talent. I think he's very similar to Kate Petchak in my mind, except more of an interior player. You have Mateo Moe, I think super underrated coming off the edge now. I want another edge rusher to pair alongside him, but he's somebody who has nice burst. You got Errol Demogtignac, who's a freak. I mean, 30 TFLs. I mean, statistically, just unreal film. And then you got Jaden Travers, who is the most athletic of the bunch, coming out of the best high school in America down there at St. Francis Academy, but he needs to put on tremendous weight. And his film is bare bone, to put it at that. We kind of took him because, hey, you're playing for number 1 high school, you're starting for them, you're athletic, but the film's not there just yet. Hopefully we see a jump from him in his senior year but I actually really like the defensive line class, funny enough. I like the defensive line class. Okay, we'll get back into the comment section here later down the line. I want to get back into kind of our second segment here that I want to talk about. I want to talk about what's going on in summer workouts right now, kind of the things we're hearing with the season just down the pipeline. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, season is almost here. So let's talk about, of course, Anthony Colandrea. Somebody put in the comment section. Let's talk about him. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day with Anthony, he's had a very, very impressive summer when it comes to the work that he's put in. He was down in Florida for the 4th of July weekend. He was training with some of the receivers as well. He trained with the receivers 2 months ago, also in Florida. The fact that he has been a leader all offseason long, the fact that he's kind of one of the guys, I think he's really when Anthony Colandrea got here, and this was kind of my concern. It's not really a big deal, but he was really good friends with the receivers. He wasn't really hanging out with the offensive linemen, running backs. And when you're a quarterback, I want you to be best friends with the offensive line first, then receivers, then running backs. And Anthony Colandrea this summer has built up a really good connection with the offensive line. A lot of those guys vouch by him. Again, he's electrifying. I do believe he's put on some weight this offseason as well. He's up to about 215 looking the part. But again, at the end of the day with Anthony, the main thing that I'm still nervous about to this day is the turnovers. I could sit here and, talk about, yes, the accuracy is better, which I believe it is. I believe his processing is improved, his progressions. I think the offensive fit's going to be great. You're going to see him get involved more in the running game. You're going to see the jet sweeps, right? You're going to see the zone reads. You're going to see the options, right? You're going to see the quarterback draws. It will be a fun offense to watch this year. I truly believe that. But it's kind of irrelevant in my mind if this guy can't stay healthy or if he has the same amount of turnovers he had last year at UNLV. That's why I continue to say this. He is a boom or bust. I'm telling you right now, if he has 9 interceptions like he did last year at the Rebels, it's going to be a really rough year. It's going to be a really rough year. But it's tough because, like, what can you do about it? Anthony Colandrea, he is a zebra. He has some really good stripes and he has some really poor stripes. You can't change his stripes. You have seen 3 years of Anthony Colandrea. The turnovers are an issue. The turnovers are not going to go away. I'm not going to sit here and BS you and act like he's going to be 4 interceptions. He's going to have no fumbles. Like, no, he's going to have a handful of fumbles. He'll have a handful of interceptions. But first off, how do you minimize that? But also, how do you keep Anthony Colandrea's game-changing abilities, electrifying nature, while also having, getting rid of the turnovers? You can't. So the other day with Colandrea, I'm telling you this right now, I believe he's one of those quarterbacks where it's going to be a little bit different every single time you see him on the field. There will be a game where you love him, there will be a game where you hate him, but what Anthony's going to set us up for, it doesn't really change whether or not we're going to win 7 or 8 games. It changes the manner in which we do so. There's going to be a game with Anthony where he's balling out against maybe a team we shouldn't beat, and he'll lead to an upset victory, right? But there's also going to be a game with Anthony where you could say Michigan State, Maryland, Illinois, Rutgers, right? One of those games where he is unplayable, but you have to roll through him, and he might lead you to a loss because that's who he is at times. And maybe that wasn't who he was at UNLV, but that's certainly who he was at Virginia. So that's why I can continue to go back when it comes to Anthony. Like, I know what this is going to be. It's going to be a roller coaster. The turnovers will persist. 9 interceptions, I do believe, is incredibly problematic. Yes, Husker Chuck, it's problematic. It is, right? 11 interceptions last year at Virginia is problematic. And also the fumbles are problematic. That's more so my issue, right? If he had 0 fumbles and 9 interceptions, I could look past it. But it's the fact that this dude puts the ball on the turf, that concerns me a little bit more. So when it comes to Anthony, again, I'm just hoping there's somehow, some way we can capitalize on his ability to make those off-script plays, make those game-changing plays, throw 50-50 balls, while also minimizing the turnovers. But I just don't know how possible that truly is, because you got to unleash a guy like him. So that's why I continue to prepare and tell you this. Hey, just get ready for a stinker here and there, but get ready for an electrifying performance from time to time. It's just going to be kind of unpredictable. But we already kind of understand that. I'm more so worried about the injury factor, because I'll just tell you this around Anthony. He is small. I mean, he just is. Like, he is the smallest Nebraska starting quarterback we've had in, I mean, seriously, years. I mean, he's what, 5'10"? I mean, I know he's listed 6 foot tall. He's not 6 foot tall. I think he's about 5'10". So he's 5'10", about 200. I mean, he's put on weight. I think he's about 210 at this point in time. But he's really, really small. When you're a mobile, small quarterback, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. So, at the end of the day with Anthony, is he going to be a bust? No, I think he's actually going to be pretty good for us, to be honest with you. I'm just worried about the injuries. I'm worried about the turnovers. But if we have a defense, I'll tell you this right now. If we have a defense that can force turnovers ourselves, if we have a defense that's stout, that's top 20 in America, if we have a defense that can stop the run, if we have a defense that plays with energy, passion, speed, Anthony can throw 9 interceptions, I'm just fine. I'm just fine with that. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay. But when you have a defense that can't stop the run, a defense that's not consistent, plus Anthony Colandrea having turnovers, that's where the season can get out of hand. That's why I'm hoping this defense can do their job this season, which I believe they will. I believe the defense line will take a step forward. How big of a step forward? I mean, remains to be seen, right? But it'll take a little bit of a step forward. It has to. There's no way in the world it doesn't get better from that crap show last season with Terry Braden. It was that bad. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad, dude. I remember I was watching, I was watching the Cincinnati game, and there was a play where first play of scrimmage for Cincinnati, their center pushed Elijah Judy back 15 yards, and I said, "This is gonna be a long season. This is gonna be a long season." And I remember I was watching the Iowa game. And they pushed Ryan Van Poppel back. I mean, over and over with Van Poppel. They pushed it back 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. And Van Poppel was 300 pounds. That dude's getting pushed back. I'm sorry, dude. I can get excited. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I truly believe this defensive line has some promise. I believe that, a guy like Jasir Winnington has a lot of promise. He should be the best interior defensive lineman on the team. I think Owen Studemar, if he's healthy, he could be a star run stopper, nothing more, nothing less. Gabe Moore has some promise, right? If you could fully develop him. K. Petschok has promise. Jones, of course, Williams Neri, Willis McGahee, like all those guys I believe could have upside depending on how we develop them. But there are 2 guys I just am not willing to buy hype around, and it's Ryan Poppel and it's Cameron Lenhart. That's the bottom line. Like, they could shock me, sure, and I think Van Poppel is more so the one that I'm willing to give a little bit of a handout to. But at the end of the day with Van Poppel, it's like, I don't know what the coaching staff sees in him because there's a little bit of a different story that we saw on Saturdays. And it's one thing to have a couple bad games, it's another thing to have a whole season that's bad. So at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. I said this in the kind of an earlier video. I'm like, what are we doing with the single digits that we're handing out? Like, we're handing out single digits like it's candy. Like, in my mind, the 10 best players should have the single digits. Okay. And I know an offensive lineman can get single digit. You should give an honorary one. So, like, Justin Evans is a top 10 player on the roster. Okay. Give Justin Evans, number 3 and have nobody wear number 3. And we'll give him like 2 as a symbolism. Right. But the way they should do the single digits, have the top 10 players wear those uniforms. Okay. Don't give it to the leaders or the captains, because that's a whole different thing. The captains are a whole different thing. Right. Captains are a whole different thing. Give the top 10 players the single digits. And the fact that Van Poppel is a single digit right now, it's like, come on. Really? Like, I'm not disputing he could be a top 10 player, but not right now. I wouldn't even say he's top 20 pretty easily. That's not me hating. That's who he showed you he was last year, because he was that bad versus Iowa. That bad. Like, he didn't even start until the end of the season. So I hope Van Poppel proves me wrong. I hope he proves the fan base wrong, because the fan base is kind of out on him. But if he starts, he has to play like he's mean business. You know what I mean? Right. Same deal with Lenhart, right? I think Lenhart's gonna be the next to start. Cool. If you're gonna be an edge rusher on this football team, like, I know you can stop the run at a decently high level, but you gotta get to the quarterback. I mean, you can't be on the milk cart week in and week out, because at the end of the day, we cannot sit here and just start you because you've started in the past. This is a defensive line that needs to facilitate competition. Right? So that's what it is, right? That's what it is. But that's the defensive line. We'll see how much of a jump forward it takes. But I'll tell you this right now. If we had a starting defensive line lineup of Williams Neri, Anthony Jones at the edge rushers, you put Jasir Winnington inside, you put Cade Petchuk inside, I think that would give this defensive line a lot of juice. That gives people a lot of optimism, right? If you instead put out Van Poppel, Cameron Lenhart, Owen Studemeyer, Anthony Jones has a little bit of a different story. So let's see what they do. But hopefully in fall ball, right, you start people because they earned it, right? But because also they have high upside. Again, secondary, what we've heard throughout summer workouts, I think the secondary is gonna be elite, man. It's gonna be just as good as last year. I mean, the fact that we have a true free safety this year, again, I don't know if it's gonna be Jameer, Conor, Donovan Jones just yet, because they continue to kind of swap those guys around. But either or, it's gonna be fine. Free safety is gonna be fine this year. You got Dwayne McDougal strong, Danny Odom, Andrew Marshall, boundary. We'll see if Danny starts. I think he'll be in the mix. It's a really tough rotation in the secondary, and it's deep, man. Like, that's what I like about the secondary. Like, you feel comfortable. Like, let's say your starting lineup is Andrew, Danny, Jameer, Khan, nickel, Donovan Jones, a free safety, Dwayne McDougal strong. That's your starting lineup, but you'd feel comfortable about Victor Evans starting. You'd feel comfortable about Jason Shiggs starting. You'd feel comfortable maybe with Jeremiah Charles starting. He had a good spring ball. Maybe you feel comfortable about him. I personally wouldn't. You feel maybe comfortable about Larry Tarver getting a couple snaps. Mario Buford, certainly, right? So it's a secondary that's really good top-end talent, very well coached. It's deep. I mean, this is the one unit where I will buy some hype around. Like, I remember, I'll just show you, there was this article. Let me show you, I guess, this real quick. There was this article that was released by Husker Online the other day that I thought that's kind of ridiculous. I'll just show you this real quick. Shout Husker Online. And they released their top 5, and I thought this was crazy. They released the 3 strongest positional groups heading into fall camp, and it was the receivers, the O-line, and defensive edge. And I just sat there like, what are we doing here? The fact that they didn't even name the secondary. The secondary was our best unit by far last year, returned to top 5 unit. And you didn't even put as a top 3 strength on this team, and you put defensive edge, which is like the worst position on our team. You can't make this stuff up. Sometimes I just like I would get this if this was like Huskers, whatever, these random Husker websites. Husker Online just said the defensive edge position is one of our strengths, and then the first thing they mentioned was Cameron Lenhart. We're not stupid. I'll buy it around the receivers. I think the receivers, certainly, I believe it around the offensive line. But my opinion, the 3 strongest on the team, no question about it. I'd say receivers, linebacker, secondary. I don't even know if I put the offensive line there just yet. Receivers, linebacker, secondary. The fact they didn't even mention the linebackers. The linebackers are stacked. You could make a good argument the linebackers are the best in the team. You got Owen Chambliss, who was a 4-star transfer. You brought in Dexter Foster, Vincent Shavers. You have Dawson Merritt, Christian Jones, Pierce Newberry, Dylan Rogers, Will Hawthorne. You have become some older guys in there. You got Derek Wacker in there. You got Gage Stanger in there. I don't know. That would like, come on here, Husker Online. Come on. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. Like the defensive edge, really. Again, the thing about DN that's not great about it is the fact that it lacks a lot of depth in my mind. Lacks a lot of depth. Where I don't really know if I consider Cade Petchuk a true defensive end. I think he's more so a 3-tech, to be honest with you. So really, the only 3 decent defensive edges on the team I think are Nwaneri and Anthony Jones. But after that, you got Mekhi, who has upside, but I mean, come on, Mekhi hasn't broke out yet. You got Jordan Ochoa, who barely played last year. Markway's not going to play. Ethan Dude's not going to play. Like, it's an edge room that doesn't really have a whole lot of bodies, unless you move Dawson Merritt there. So I don't know. Them saying that was the strength of the team, I'm like, that's ridiculous. I would say I would say the running backs are a bigger strength than defensive edge. I'd say quarterback's a bigger strength than defensive edge. I would say special teams. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, that was that. I don't want to go to Husker Line. I respect Husker Line. I have a lot of respect for Sean Callahan and Sipple. Those guys in particular, I think they do really good jobs. Robin Washington for basketball, but I was like, man, like, come on, really, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Anyways, so that's kind of what's going on with Summer Nuggets. What I else say? I said with Summer Nuggets, yeah, receivers. Again, receivers, that's been a big talking point, particularly in July, like with Kwazi, Gilmer, with Nyziah, with what he's done, this summer. Nyziah has been one of the summer MVPs. I'll put it at that. I don't give out awards for summer workouts because, summer workouts, but Nyziah is one of the MVPs there, and Jacory, the hyper on Jacory. It's a receiver room that's deep, but I always kind of pitch myself talking about the receivers because, hey, so much of it's contingent on the scheme, so much is contingent on Anthony Colandrea, and so much is contingent on these guys actually being able to run routes to high level. And right now, honestly, I think the jury's out on Nikhil Shorts. I'll put it at that. I was not thrilled with Nikhil Shorts last year with the amount of talent we had for the receivers to not be able to beat man coverage consistently. It's like, come on, dude. Like, we got Jacory, Barney, Nyziah Hunter, and Danke. These dudes can't break man coverage. They can block, sure, they can be zone, but they can't beat man. They can't find separation. In my opinion, that falls a little bit on the receiver coach, who definitely has a lot of hype behind his name, but again, these guys got to break out at some point, right? These guys got to break out at some point, right? I don't know. We'll see. But that's that. Okay. We'll get back into it. We got to talk recruiting here. I want to talk recruiting here in a little bit, but I'm going to get back in the comment section. We'll see. We'll get back in the comment section. We'll get back to my next segment. I got a couple more segments I want to get to, but let's see what you guys are saying around everything. Let's get the comment section. Let's pick out some good ones here. And Mekhi's on the team will get carries. I agree. Yeah, I agree. And I think Mekhi is by far the fastest running back on the team. And EJ Barthel's infatuation with him is not going to go away, but it's just, you have to always keep in the back of your mind the off the field stuff. And you got to keep in the back of your mind, like, the fact that he might get suspended. He probably still gets suspended for the Ohio game, but he'll be on the team. There's no way they're going to kick him off. That's not happening. I brought this up yesterday. Like, Elijah Pritchett has 2 arrests to his name. One of those arrests being a lot more significant than anything Mekhi Nelson did. So if Pritchett's on the team, if one of our other backup offensive linemen had DUI 2 years ago and still on the team, they're not going to count Mekhi Nelson for a charge that was dropped when both those other dudes had a little bit worse. I'll put it at that. So anyways, I still can't believe our DUI offensive lineman's on the team. I don't want to name him. You kind of know who it is. I'm sure maybe some of you guys know who it is, but I like him, but I can't believe he's still around. Like, with DUI, that's something you don't want to mess with, right? You do not want to mess with that. Will Cardinals finally do something? It's tough. I don't see it personally. I don't see it. I just think right now he's tight end 4 pretty easily. You got Luke Lindenmeyer, Luke Sorensen. You got Eric Ingerson over him, Kane Eckernagel over him. He might be tight end 5. I've never seen Carter Nelson line up in a 5-point stance or 3-point stance at the tight end position. I've seen him play receiver, but he's actually never played true tight end. So how could I sit here and say he's tight end 2 and he's never actually played the position on the football field, like on a real football field on Saturdays? He's a big gamble. At this point, I'm not. Jury's completely out on Carter Nelson. I hope he can have a little bit of a role, but I'm certainly not believing he's starting. But he has put on weight this offseason. He looks pretty good. Kaelin Handy. Yeah, Kaelin's a possibility. I heard I'll just name drop him right now. I was talking with Tim Verghese. I asked Tim Verghese the other day. We were talking about the running backs, And I asked him, I said, hey, I know what happened with Kaelin, right? I know Nebraska wanted him, or excuse me, he wanted to come here, but Nebraska didn't allow him to commit. And I asked him, I said, hey, is there any way we could maybe circle back with Kaelin? He said, yeah, it's a possibility, but it depends on Kaelin having a big year. Like Kaelin needs to be the best running back in the state by far. Kaelin's big, he's strong, he's fast, he can break tackles, but Kaelin doesn't miss tackles at a very high level. Like meaning he can't make people miss. He needs to be able to make people miss this year. That's going to be something big for him. So we'll see. Want to see what Barrymont has to offer me too, man. But it's about his conditioning. Like the thing we've heard right now in summer workouts, I'll say that. The thing about Barrymont is that I don't know if he can survive more than 10 snaps. Oh, that's a little bit concerning. McGruber, hey man, you're reminding me. Should we do it real quick? I gotta pay the bills. Okay, real quick. Before I get back to the comment section, you guys know how it is. Real quick. I gotta pay the bills. Hey, he reminded me inadvertently. I gotta think of part of today's video. That of course being Prize Picks. Listen, man, Prize Picks. Shout out to these guys. Part of me all year. You can go here, do whatever you want, man. Go on the WNBA, go on the MLB. World Cup's over. We can't even talk about the World Cup anymore. Go on NFL, and you can pick some. Right, I'm gonna go pick here Puka Nacua more for week 1. Hunter less. You guys know doing Prize Picks, right? Use my code CODHMA, put in $5, get $50 back instantly in the lineups. Number 1 sports application in America, making sure only play responsibly. And if it means big shout, Prize Picks partnering me on the channel. That's funny. That's funny. He reminded me. I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. We gotta pay the bills. We gotta keep the lights on here, man. We gotta keep the lights on. All right, back into it. Ever thought about getting into coaching or something related to that? Nah. I have no interest in being a coach whatsoever. No. I mean, some people say that, like they say, Wilson, like you have all the answers. Why don't you be a coach? They kind of say that tongue in cheek, right? Like, there are some people who, I think the majority of people who go into coaching are people who like live and breathe football. I like football and I love football, but I definitely have other interests, right? I love doing YouTube, but coaching's a whole different thing. Would never want to do coaching. I don't know. I just like talking about it. I like talking about, I love covering football. I love studying football. It's just coaching. That's not the path for me. No, sir. Not something I'm really interested in. Smaller hands. Yeah. That's a good point, Ross. He does have smaller hands. He does have smaller hands for sure. But I do bring this up. It doesn't really matter when it comes to college football. Like the ball is smaller in college football. He won't have any trouble. But Anthony Colandrea for the NFL, that'll be a different story. That'll be a different story, right? That'll be a different story. So I'm not worried about it this year. Who do you think will start day 1? Well, what do you mean? Where? Who do you think I'm going to start day 1? Where? What quarterback? Anthony Colandrea. I don't know. What do you got? You got to be specific. Here. Let's go, Wilson. He says, my man, Sports Ball Report says, do you believe this year's running back room will be a committee approach? No, it's gonna be the top 2. It's gonna be the top 2, right? So it's gonna be who's the speed back, who's the power back. Those are gonna be the 2 guys who kind of share carries, and there's the second string after that. So it's not gonna be like, again, there's a misconception like 4 guys are gonna get legit carries. Like, no, they'll find the top 2 and they'll roll with that. That's kind of what it's gonna be. All right, put your comments in here. Then we'll get to the next segment. But I might want to make sure I get to this part of the comment section here. So you got questions, anything? Because I got a couple to get to before we talk a little bit of recruiting. My man Mars says the maturity and the depth of the defense line is growing, but yeah, not improving. Yeah, I mean, it's an older defensive line. Sure, I agree. And I think that's a really good point. I think a lot of people hang their hat on this team being more experienced. It is more experienced. It is an older team, but at the end of the day, being experienced is one thing. Having talent's another thing. You want a mix of talent and experience. And this is a defensive line that has more experience than years past, but I just don't know if it has necessarily the talent, right? Like there are not many defensive linemen I believe would start at Ohio State, for example. Or I mean, Ohio State's a bad example. Like, how many would even start at Penn State? Like, would Jasir start at Penn State? I don't know. Van Poppel, no. Anthony Jones would not. I think Neri could, but it depends on him. I mean, we forget with Neri wasn't even starting in spring ball for us. Like that is, people forget about the all the time. Williams Neri was not even starting in spring practice for Nebraska. So if Neri wasn't starting in spring ball for us, like I don't know if I could sit here and say he'd start for other programs. So that's what concerned about the defense line. It's the only spot on the team. It's literally the only spot on the team where I'm like, I don't know if we have enough talent. Right. I think quarterback has enough talent because one of those guys has to work out, right? Like, come on. If it's not Anthony, TJ. If it's not TJ, Danny. Running back, Yes, lacks experience, but there has to be somebody there to take a step forward. Receiver room is good. Secondary is good. Linebacker is good. Offensive line, at least starting line's really good. The defense line, I just don't know if there's many guys who are going to start at a very high level. And that's what concerns me about that unit. Hold on. Biggest 2027 recruiting class or loss? Yeah, let's see. Matthew Gregor hurt at the time. Matthew Gregor hurt a lot. I still go back to this. I believe probably an edge rusher. Now, which edge rusher? Let's pull up. We weren't going after a whole lot of big name edge rushers. We weren't going after a bunch of big name edge rushers, but it would have been nice. It would have been nice to get like a legit 4-star edge who could be in the mix day one. Like the fact of the matter is, you know, Caden McCarty, for example, that was a miss, right? Miles Smith, we didn't even get him on campus. We wanted him to visit. You know, Afeni Obadi, that was a miss, right? Marvin Wetsoff visit, miss. Chris Kasky, miss. We could circle back on him. Though God's choice and miss. So that's the one year that I say, like, if there was one thing I won't want to reverse, it was the edge rusher class, because I would like one more. I also wish we got a legit tackle. We didn't get a legit tackle. I mean, to me, he's not bad. I actually really like to me, but I would have liked, you know, another top 100 guy to pair alongside him. And I think you really have two quality offensive linemen in this class, that being Jordan to me, and that's kind of it. So which is a little bit concerning, you know, but the offensive line class is still good. So, soon Levante, yeah, well, again, yeah, man, because okay, so well, Brett, you can't. You're telling me to talk about something that was in my video. You guys got to watch the video. You got to watch the video from earlier today. No, so I'll just give you a sneak peek of my video. Again, Levante David had an article a couple days ago at this point where he said he wants to coach. You know, he just retired. He said he wants to coach Nebraska. It's a possibility there that they were mentioned in the article. So, hey, man, Levante wants to coach. I say Matt Rhule gives him a call. As for Ndamukong Suh, I talked about this in the video, but I think Ndamukong will have maybe a role potentially in the future as kind of a Nebraska administrator. That's where I could see him in the future. Maybe like a general manager in Nebraska. I don't think he'd ever like to do coaching. I don't know if the coaching, like some people got it, they don't got it with coaching. Like, you know, something we talked about with me, like, I don't want to be a coach, right? But I wouldn't, heck, I mean, I would be okay with being like a general manager. That'd be something more down somebody's alley, but again, it kind of depends on who you are. Like Ndamukong would like to be a general manager, something along those lines, more of an administrative role. So that's kind of what we talked about a little bit in the video, along with a couple other guys who could be future coaches who are old players. Old players. What is Matt Rhule's biggest strength and flaw in your opinion? Biggest strength is this. Shout out Isaiah, by the way. OG of the channel. OG. Isaiah's a big OG. He was here when I like 100 subs. Anyways, biggest strength of Matt Rhule. It's tough. You're putting me on the spot. I truly believe Matt Rhule is great from a brand standpoint of Nebraska football, meaning he's a great representative of the states. He is great when it comes to interviews, press conferences. He doesn't do anything wrong off the field. He's a decent recruiter, right? Like, he's not somebody who gets into scandals. I truly believe, like, even Matt Rhule down to like this thing, right? Like the little thing Symbol he does. He's great for the brand. Okay, he's always focused on how can we get more money, more resources? How can we promote the student athletes? I believe that is a very, very good part about him. I believe that he's improved who he's hired. I believe that Matt Rhule has taken more of a backseat CEO approach. I think in the Matt Rhule recruiting, 2027 class could have easily been a big disappointment. It was not disappointment. I think Matt Rhule truly wants to have success. I think some of the ways he goes about business is incorrect, but I think that he's flexible and it matters the most. Those are the strengths I would give him. I also give him credit for winning a couple one-score games last year, because people forget that was a big narrative that we could not win one-score games. We won 4 of 2. We won 4 and we lost 2 one-score games. So I give Matt Rhule credit for that. His biggest flaw, and I don't even think it's particularly close, I do not think he is actually good at being an in-game head coach. Like, and that's not me thinking that, that's who he showed you. I just don't know if Matt Rhule can out-scheme the best of the best in the Big Ten. I don't know if Matt Rhule can make adjustments on the fly, because he hasn't shown that. I don't know if Matt Rhule can beat top 25 opponents. He's never beat a top 25 opponent. Matt Rhule's never won a game which we were down at halftime. So again, I really think Matt Rhule has some redeeming qualities. Again, I truly believe he's a good developer. I believe he's a good recruiter. I think he's bringing in talent. I think the staff that he's hiring is good. But at the end of the day, like, if you like last season to me was so disappointing, and I know it was disappointing for him, and that's why he was kind of rash and fired John Butler, fired all these guys because he was disappointed more so than anybody else. But the fact of the matter is, I remember I got here. It was the first game that this really clicked for me was the Maryland game, and I sat here against when we were live after Maryland. We barely won that game, and I was pissed. I was pissed. People were going at me like, Wilson, you should be happy we won. And I said, this is a terrible sign. If we can't even beat Maryland by, pulling like a miracle, we need a miracle to end up beat Maryland. There's no way this is going to be the season people expect. And that was we were already at the point we barely beat Michigan State, week previous. So the Maryland game, the fact that last year we scraped by in all of our victories, scraped by against Cincinnati, scraped by versus Maryland, UCLA, Northwestern, Michigan State, in the games which we lost, they were in blowout fashion or we got dominated. That's what frustrated me, right? Because I don't know. I go back to this. I don't know if we were actually a 7-win worthy team. Again, 7-6 is not theoretically a terrible record, but we had the easiest schedule in the Big Ten and we only won 7 games. If we had Wisconsin schedule last year, I don't know if we would have won 4 games. Like, do you guys want to see Wisconsin schedule from last year? I don't know if we would have won 4. So that was what's frustrating, is that it's not only that we didn't take a jump forward last year, it's that it was that bad. Like we were so far away from a jump. I just don't. And what's annoying is that like the talent was really good last year. I still think the talent was fine. I don't like the center was good, linebacker was good, linebacker was good. Like there was objectively talent in D-line, although it wasn't developed. It's just the development, and it comes down to the in-game execution, and that's just kind of the bottom line with all of it, right? So that's what I'll say. That's really good question. Super chat here from Marcus D. Marcus, my guy. Thank you for the super chat. If you guys want to comment, instantly put in a super chat, my man. Marcus, what is good? He says, let's say hypothetically, we squeeze everything out of the defensive line we possibly can. If the trenches are good this year, where do we think we finish? Yeah, it's tough. 9 wins. I think it's 9. I truly believe that's our ceiling. If we have a top 20 offensive line, which I think is possible, very possible. But if the best case scenario with the D-line, it could be probably top 30. If Nwaneri breaks out, if Anthony Jones has the best season of his career, if Jasir Whittington could be that freak inside, if one of the young interior guys were to step up like a Petchak or a Tyson Terry or Malcolm Simpson or Dylan Berrymon, if the defensive line shows promise, which it is possible, am I betting on it? No, but it's possible. I'd probably say 9 wins. I think if everything goes right, it's very tough for us to win anything more than 9, because I think in this scenario, if everything goes right, Nebraska beats Indiana, loses to Oregon, loses to Ohio State, and maybe lose another game they probably shouldn't. That'd be probably the best case scenario in my mind. Because there's Nebraska, I think that's the one game week of the big 3 we could beat Indiana if everything goes right. If everything goes right, Indiana is that win. Because again, I know people will say, our talent's not good enough to be Indiana. Our talent doesn't need to be good enough to be Indiana, right? We just need to have a competent coach who can make adjustments. And if you're just at least competitive with the talent, which we are, you can win that game. So best case scenario would be beating Indiana, losing Ohio State, losing Oregon, and probably losing a game we probably shouldn't, because Nebraska always loses a game they shouldn't lose. They just always do. And I don't know if it's going to be Iowa. I don't know if it'd be Washington in that case. I don't know if it'd be Illinois in that case, Michigan State, but that'd probably be, in my opinion, that'd probably be best case scenario 9-3. I don't know if I can buy hype around 10-2, because there are some talent discrepancies still on the running back core, right? And I do believe, Dan Hogan's still a question mark, right? Matt Rhule's a question mark, I was just talking about. So 9th, right? I'd say probably best case scenario if everything goes right. My man McGruber, what up, McGruber? He says, any more news on the jersey sponsor? Yeah, again, I only heard I heard what, 4? I think I heard FNBO, Sandhills Global. That's one that's really picked up steam. Mutual of Omaha was big, and Hy-Vee came up as well. I don't know how legit Hy-Vee is, but that one I heard as well. So my bet, I'm betting personally on FNBO. Like that's the one I've kind of always bet. I know people think it's gonna be Sandhills Global. I think it's gonna be FNBO because FNBO is our biggest sponsor and they buy a lot of tickets anyways. That's what I guess. So again, they'll probably announce it. They might announce it this week. Honestly, they'll announce it probably by August. I think. Like we'll have a jersey sponsor. We should because if they're giving us an extra $5 million to be on a jersey, do it because everybody else is doing it anyways. So might as well. I mean, I don't love it personally, but it's just the way the sport's going, man. If you can have a patch that kind of blends in I'm okay with it. Now, if it's a big obnoxious patch that looks stupid, like, yeah, it's a little bit dumb, but whatever, man. At the end of the day, if we win, we win. I don't really care. I just want to win. I just want to win football games. If they give us another $5 million, we can use that on a running back. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. So I'm cool with it. Rule had a chip on his shoulder for Indiana after losing by 49 last time. Like how he got revenge on the Akron head coach. Yeah, but Akron is a little bit of a different story because Akron sucks. Yeah, I think the Indiana game could be a sleeper. I think the Indiana game could be a sleeper. Like that's one I went back and forth on. I'll put it at that. Like there are a couple games that I go back and forth on. Indiana, Michigan State, Illinois, Washington. I mean, I overthought my record prediction. I'll put it at that. Again, I just recorded my record prediction today. My record prediction is done. So I think people won't like it. Or I don't know. No, okay. People will like it in some ways, people won't like it in other ways. Put it at that. It's kind of it's all you guys know me. It's controversial. It's not just we're gonna win every game we should win, lose every it's not gonna be, we win every game we're favored in and lose every game we're not favored in. Like, no, there are some hot takes in there. But again, I went crazy with the record prediction, the deep dive this year. Deep dives on Saturday, 9 o'clock Central. You guys know I'm promoting it. Deep dive is 2 hours and like 40 minutes. It's like, again, it's literally 2 times better than last year. Record prediction, I think, is like 50 minutes, something like that. So, yeah. So it's gonna be, but again, both those videos have film, advanced statistics, a bunch of graphics, so many more graphics this year. So it's gonna be really good. Again, my voice was gone last night, dude. My voice was gone. I'll put it at that. Runs or Valentino's. I don't think I got enough money, man. I don't got enough money. How many people get drafted from us after this year? Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. Quarterback, nobody. Running back, nobody. Receiver. I think definitely one. I think one will get drafted. I don't know which. It's tough. I definitely believe Jacory will come back just because Jacory have 2 years of eligibility remaining. I think one of the other will come back, Nyziah or Kwazi. So one of these guys will leave. I think it'll be Nyziah. I think Nyziah is the one gonna have a big breakout year. So I'll say Nyziah gets drafted. That'll give us one. I think Lindenmeyer could get drafted. If Nate Borkitzer could get drafted in the 3rd round, yeah, Luke Lindenmeyer will get a 6th-round handout if he's a decent blocking tight end. So that's 2. Offensive line, Justin Evans will get drafted for sure. I go back and forth on Pritch, man. I don't know about Pritchett. I don't know about him. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know. He was so bad last year outside of 2 games. I'm gonna say no on Pritchett. I'm gonna say he doesn't get drafted. So I'm gonna give me 3. D-line, nobody. Absolutely nobody on the D-line. What are we talking about here? Nobody on the D-line. Linebacker. I don't think Owen will leave. I don't think Daxter leaves. I don't know if we'll have anybody who leaves. I think Marshall will get drafted for sure. He can come back next season or can he come? No, he can't come back. But I think he'll leave. I think Marshall could get drafted theoretically. Not super high, but I think he'll get drafted. So that's what? Is that 4 in total? 4. I can see 4. At some point, we got to start turning out NFL talent. I don't know when it's going to happen. At some point, we got to do it. Because at the end of the day, man, I think the craziest thing in my mind, I couldn't believe this when I found this out a couple of days ago. Matt Rule averages in Nebraska 1 NFL draft pick for a year. Scott Frost in Nebraska averaged 2 NFL draft picks per year. Like, how would Scott Frost turn out more NFL talent than Matt Rule, who is this supposed great developer? Like, dude, there are just some things we got to figure out, man. I can't sit here and defend Matt Rule about his development when this dude can't turn out NFL talent. How can I defend that? How? And I know people think I'm negative toward Matt Rule, and I get it, but at the end of the day, I truly believe all of the concerns I bring to the table are valid. I provide statistical proof behind them. Like, there are some issues with him that persist his entire career, and we're sitting here, it's like it's not like he's just going to change his stripes and everything, I don't know. I told you this with Matt. I don't know if he's a worthy national championship winning coach. I just hope that he can bring us to a consistent 9-10 win team every single year, and then he kind of hands it off. That's my ideal outcome, maybe, with Matt. Because I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be a national championship type of guy, but not everybody can be a national championship type of guy. It's hard. What happened to Jamarian Parker? Yeah, he had some off the field issues at Nebraska. It was a tough transition, so he went over to Grambling. He should be good there, though. He should be good. So you skip over promoting Trey's channel, go Jays. What are you talking about? Trey's channel? Shout out Trey's channel. What do you mean skip over? What do you mean skip over? I promoted Trey's channel. Go Jace. What do you? What I don't even know what this is. I can't respond to every comment. These people. What are you even talking about? Skip over. Who do you think is a 28 recruit? Jackson Carper? Yeah, it could be Jackson. Could be Anthony Turner. I still like Hunter Fuwakawa coming out of Honolulu. I like Trey Towns a little bit. I like Carper the most, but we'll see. I just hope we get somebody quick. I hope we get somebody quick. So, what's your take on the Omaha World Herald glazing the transfer running back all week? I mean, I don't know. I don't really read the Omaha World Herald like that. I think they've really went to kind of their publications got pretty poor over these past couple years. My grandpa, I was I was talking about my grandpa. Me and my grandpa went kind of on a road trip 2 days ago. We went to Northeast Nebraska. We were going to Tupaca and a couple other places. And I was talking to my grandpa, and he said he's gonna dump the World Herald or something because they were saying something stupid. I don't even know. So my grandpa doesn't like it. I say my grandpa knows ball, so I'm not. I don't mess with Omaha World Herald, but I don't read it too much, to be honest with you. It's just I don't read a whole lot of stuff outside of. I would read Husker Online every now and then, and there's a cool article I'll read it here and there, but I'm not really reading a whole lot of stuff just because I kind of already know a lot. I feel like is 9-3 our Matt Rule is 9-3 our Matt Rule year 4 jump? Yeah, I think that'd be a jump. That'd be really impressive if we go 9-3. And that to be completely honest with you, that is the only season in my mind that's the only season in my mind that really gives me a whole lot of confidence. If we go 8-4, it's not really a big jump in my mind at all. Like 8-4, really, year 4, come on, we can do better. 7-5 is stagnation, 8-4 or 6-6 is regression, and anything less than that is a joke. So 9-3 is the only thing that really can prove, hey, we're really on an upward trajectory. And that's why I try to set the bar with you guys. Like 8-4 is not good enough. It would be the bare minimum. I'd accept it, but I wouldn't accept it very well. Like you got to win 9, and 9's asking a lot. I know it is, but it shouldn't be asking a lot. Okay, like I'm not going to lower the bar just because we've kind of been poor these past couple of years. Like it should be 9 wins. You have your force, you have your staff, your guys. It's time to execute. I don't care what the schedule looks like. It's not that hard of a schedule. Okay, I understand that the top 3 are tough, but we should be able to win every other game pretty easily. Outside maybe Iowa. So that's what it is. How accurate was your prediction last year? Pretty accurate. My prediction was pretty accurate. I remember so I did 2 predictions last year. I always do my way too early, which my way too early predictions, not really my real predictions, just kind of I do it in January. I remember last year my way too early record prediction. I think I went 11-1 on it. I think I went 11-1 on my way too early. Now my real record prediction last year, I think I went 9-3, maybe 9-3, maybe 8-4. So it kind of got out of hand as the season went on because there was some stuff that went down there, but I had a pretty accurate. So I'm pretty accurate with my predictions. And it's, again, I'll tell you this, like what you guys know about record predictions, it's not, they're not just these orthodox predictions, right? Like everybody's predicting the same thing. Like, no, I'll tell you some hot takes in there, man. So this one was no different, right? How long until the black uniform news? I don't know. I think it's August, or it might be whenever they announce the black game, they'll announce the black uniforms. Or they might do them. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't talked to my guy in a while about the black uniforms. All I know what the black uniforms look like, though. I'll tell you that. I don't want to specifically tell you what they look like, but I will tell you this. Because I don't want, my guy to get in trouble. I don't want, it to get out there. I'll save it for later, but I'll tell you this around the black uniforms. The helmet is different. It's not like last year. So you think that the black uniforms would just be the new red uniforms, but black? No, like there are some changes. Okay. I don't want to specifically tell you, but it's a different design than just our new home uniform that's black. Like it's different. I'll just put it at that. There's some lettering involved, perhaps. Potentially some red involved. That's all I'll say. So just know but from what I heard, what I heard, it looks pretty cool. So I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I just heard a description of it, and the description should be an upgrade from last year, especially with the helmet. I think the helmet will look pretty sick. So again, I don't know when it's going to be announced. I'd imagine maybe August. I think August is pretty accurate, probably. So we'll see around that. All right, I got to get into recruiting here, but you guys still have a lot of comments. So I want to get to your comments, and then we'll get to recruiting. I think Hunter was a good year. I hope Nebraska wins. I just don't see it. I can't drink the Kool-Aid anymore. Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine. What I try to do with you guys, though, is say, hey, I'm not asking you to believe Nebraska going to make the playoffs. I just want you to get excited about a couple facets of this team, right? I want you to get excited about the offensive line being improved. I want you to get excited about the receivers being these receivers. I mean, it's a loaded unit. I want you to get excited about the secondary. So I'm not going to feed you maybe 9 wins, but I'm going to feed you optimism in certain areas. Right? I'm going to pick my spots. Right? Like I'm going to be real with you in a couple areas, like Matt Rule in his in-game coaching. I'm going to be real with you about the defense line, the running back core, and maybe some concerns there. But there's other spots where I'm going to give you some really, really good Kool-Aid. I'm going to back it up because there are spots that you should be excited about, just objectively. Right? I do believe the offensive line and the secondary, I mean, with this coaches we have there, Aswim Cheapway, yeah, you should get excited, right? But just, I agree, not everything, right? Not fully everything. Texas fan says, is Matt Rule in the hot seat? I think he should be on the hot seat. I think he should be personally, but I mean, I think he should have pressure. You know, I think he should know that maybe if the season doesn't go to plan, yeah, there'll be repercussions, but he's not theoretically in the hot seat just because of the buyout. And he knows he's safe. He knows he's safe. So I that's not awesome to me, but there's still a lot of pressure behind this season. That's why I think it's make it or break it. So I'll take Rule over Frost. Oh, I will too. Pretty easily because Rule at least makes a bowl games, right? So will Dana Holgorsen beat Nebraska's offensive coordinator after this year? Your prediction? No. My prediction is this is his last year at Nebraska. Any way it goes. I mean, Dana could be awesome this year. He could be terrible this year. He could be somewhere in between. I just don't know if there's really a route for Dana to come back because I think more likely than not, like let's say we win 7 games. Okay. Let's say we win 7 games. Well, Dana's gone in that case because we're not going to keep him here with another 7 game. Like the fans will not accept 7 victories. 7 victories is kind of like a failure. So they'll have to get rid of a coach. It won't be Matt Rule. It won't be Ort. So it'll be Dana Holgorsen. So 7, he'll be fired, or he'll just we won't re-up his contract. I mean, if let's say we win 8 games, or let's say it's kind of a decent season, 8, 9 games, like maybe he can come back then. If he has a really good season, he might go somewhere else and be an offensive coordinator somewhere else. But I just don't know. I don't know if it was ever in his long-term plans to be here more than 2 years. You know, I don't think he wanted to be here for like 10, right? Like maybe some people, what some people are thinking. If you could build a brand new defensive line room, what kind of guys would you want? Bro, pull up Tony Tuiotti's defensive line at Oregon, and I'll take every single one of those dudes. I'll take Tatum Tuioti. I'll take everybody. I'll take everybody in Oregon. That's what I'll take. I'll take Tyreek Tucker from Indiana. I'll take Stewart from South Carolina. I'll take Jaden Woods from Florida. I want speed, athleticism, size, blue chips, young. Take a little bits piece everywhere. That's what I take. That's who I want pure dogs out here. That's what I want I want a really, really good coach. The fact that we had Tony Tuioti and we let him walk to Oregon, that frustrates me to this day. But I don't blame him at all. Heck, I would have done the same thing. I would have been out there. If Oregon gave me a call, I would have said, "You can pay me $1 a year and I'll still coach for Oregon over Scott Frost, Nebraska." But it kind of sucks that he left because he's a really good coach. We knew it at the time. I mean, we knew he was a good coach at the time. We knew he was going to go on to bigger and better things. By the way, I missed the Polynesian pipeline. Thanks to Tony Tuioti and Don Varela. When we were recruiting Hawaii, man, those are good times. We can't even recruit Hawaii anymore. We can't recruit Hawaii. Hawaii got talent, but we can't even get the Polynesians. So it is what it is. Bear says he's working on us getting 9 victories. Bear's on it, guys. Bear's on it. Shout Bear, man. Bear said he's working on it. He said, don't you worry, guys. I'm on it. We're getting 9 victories. Bear, you're my guy. Let's do it. Let's do it, Bear. I'm in it. If Bear says so, I'm in. Bear, you convinced me. I'm a hard bar. I'm hard to convince. You got me, though. We're in. We're in 9 victories. 9-3, lose to Maryland, Michigan State, Iowa, but we beat LSU. But we beat Oregon. I'm like, I don't even care at that point. Heck, that'd be a great year. That's never gonna happen in a million years, though. So I don't even. Who's gonna be OC in 2027? I mean, you can't. It's impossible to know. It's impossible because it depends a lot on who breaks out this year from an offense coordinator standpoint nationwide, right? So it's impossible. Could be Glenn Thomas though, theoretically. 9-win season. I still just don't think so. Dana, it was never in his long-term plans to be here forever. I don't even know if we're gonna win 9 games to begin with, but if we do, it's I mean, maybe. I mean, Matt Rule really likes Dana Holgorsen. And Dana Holgorsen wants to be here for Trey Taylor, but at the end of the day, man, like again, if we have a 9-win season, who says he doesn't get a call from another program? You know, maybe he gets a I don't think he's going to get a head coaching call, but let's say he gets a call to be an offense coordinator in the SEC. Like, he might take that. Right. So I get it. It's so I don't know. I'm more likely than I don't believe so. You know, I mean, again, his contract runs out. It's not like he's secured here for the next 5 years. His contract is over on December 31st. So any chance we get a late D-line transfer? No chance. We were blessed with Tyke Hayes. Now you're pushing it. There's no chance. Is it script on the helmet for the blackouts? I don't know that. And actually, I know there's a new helmet, but the last I know is that they have not finalized the helmet yet. I know it's going to be black, but that's as much as I can say, because again, that's as much as I can say. Move rule to GM, Jamar Mozee head coach. Ember said, that's not good. I don't know about that. I don't know if I trust Matt Rule being GM, honestly. And Jamar as head coach, be a jump for him, man. Jamar's a pretty good coach for us. Jamar head coach though, I don't know. That'd be a jump. I don't know. I don't think we have a single head coach worthy coach on our team. Like Addison I don't know if he's a head coach worthy guy. Jeep, obviously, he's probably gonna be offensive line coach forever. Dana shouldn't be head coach again. Rob Orch, I don't know if he's head coach worthy yet. So I don't know. Yeah, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Yeah, it's not great, Mr. Meerkat. It's not great. I'll put it at that. That's why I'm definitely a little bit reserved. I'm a little bit reserved about our offense, because at the end of the day, man, like, yes, we got talent on the offensive line, talent receiver, but sheesh. I mean, losing Emmett Johnson, who was the only person who moved the football for us last year, like, you're just not going to replace it overnight. So that's the bottom line. Okay. We'll get back in the comment section here, but I want to get to a little bit of recruiting talk, and then we'll get back in the comment section, so get your comments ready to go. So let's talk about recruiting, right? So again, right now, we are sitting here on the 19th of July. It's kind of quiet. I mean, it's a little bit, like I try to tell y'all, 2027 is pretty much over. I mean, well, okay. It's not over, but it's over for now. Okay, we are in between phases. Okay, we just finished kind of the peak season, but we're about to enter flip season. Flip season doesn't really start until the actual year. Like, you won't see flips really happening until September. So like, there'll still be some moving pieces in the class 2027 here and there, but really we'll start to get a lot of action going on, when we get September, right? And again, I truly believe Nebraska. Obviously, we'll try to flip a mod. Running backs in play for us. Kaelin Hayes in play for us if he has a good year. I think another offensive lineman could be in play, very much so. Edge rush could be in play. So I could see 4 or 5 targets for us in the fall, and I could see a couple decommits. I like looking at our class right now for Nebraska. I do believe there are some guys who could decommit also. I've kind of already talked about it, but like the bottom of the class are like Lindsey, Brennan Drummond, Eli Harris, and maybe Matt Erickson. Those are kind of the 4. Those are the kind of the 4 that's like, if they have a kind of a crappy senior year, it's like, I don't know. Maybe not Matt Erickson. I kind of already said my piece on Matt. I don't want to sound like I'm a hater on him. I think he's a nice guy. It's just, he was a Don Varela get. He's a legacy guy. I don't think Matt Erickson's a scholarship player, to be honest with you. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, but as for the other guys, like, I think they maybe are scholarship worthy, but it's just, they don't have a whole lot of production to their name. Like, Justin Lindsay needs to produce. He needs to produce, right? As a bottom line. Like, he had 300 receiving yards last year. Eli Harris needs to produce. Brian Drummond needs to produce. So those are the kind of guys who are like big years for them, who maybe could get replaced. And that's who we would probably replace them through a couple flips here and there. So again, I'm looking out for a mod. Running back board, like, again, Kaelin, obviously, kind of a guy I'll keep my eyes out for. Jeremiah Stonewall, same deal. I mean, we could have flipped Xavier Ball at the end of the day, especially if Bill O'Brien's fired. Receiver, I think we could flip a receiver too, frankly. Like, let's say we don't flip a mod, then we'll flip a receiver. Like, I could see us trying to go back on Matthew Gregory for sure. Jaheed Bryant for sure. Dude, they nuked Gregory in the new rankings. Wow, they nuked him. Wow, they really, really took him down. Wow, Gregory was really high. They nuked him. So we could flip a receiver. O-line's tough. There's not like an offensive line prospect that really jumps out. It's probably somebody at the bottom here. Edge rusher, kind of same deal. Linebacker, I could pretty easily see us flip. Not Kobe Rhymes, but Tate Wallace. Brandon Lockley for sure. I could see that happening. Blake Benton for sure. I could see that happening. Tree Geethers even. I could see that happening. DB, if Brennan Drummond doesn't sign, there's a chance they go back on somebody. Like, I could see us try to flip Bam Whitfield for sure. Other than that, it's like, I don't know. Duvet, probably not. They'll might try to get Duvet on campus, but JuJu probably not. But we get targets, you know. But really, like, I'm trying to get really excited by class of 2028. Like, that's what I'm trying to focus on right now. We'll talk 2028 soon here, but yeah, I mean that's the class we need to kind of start really focusing on because we need some. Like, we right now we have nobody. Like, that's not good. Okay, right now there are programs who are letting a lot of commits, and we don't have a single commit in this class. That should concern you just a tiny bit, right? That should concern you because we're going to be left in the dust if we don't get somebody quick. Like, we need a quarterback. And again, whether it's an Anthony Turner or Corper, you better not miss. Get a guy who's a stud, but you got to get him quick, right? Running back. I could see running back as our first commit. I think it could be Marquis Sharp, perhaps. Receiver. A lot of stud receivers here. Again, I really like Barron Marshall. I really like, gosh, let's see. Who are the Tyree Manning's for sure, Darrell Hines for sure, studs. Let's see. I mean, there's some dudes at receiver for us. Tight end. We're going after a lot of good tight ends, funny enough. With Severson, Janus, the kid coming out of Kansas City. What's his name? What's Kansas City's name? Izzy Jernigan. He's pretty good. O-line, we're going off some good dudes. So again, the 2028 class is looking promising. I'll just say this though. Again, the expectation, we need the 2028 class to start now, and it needs to be better than class 2027. 2027 class is completely irrelevant if you can't stack up a better class next to it. Okay. The objective of having a good class is having a better one the next year. So cool. We land a top 15 class, you know, in class 2027. That's awesome. Land top 10 next year, you know, and it starts with getting a good quarterback and it starts trying to go after these 5 stars. I will say though, there's not like a whole lot of 5 stars that we're like actively like in a good spot for. Like last year, you kind of knew we were going to go after Ahmad. There's, you know, we were going after Mark Madison at the time. Like, there's not like a whole lot of 5 stars here who we're actively like considering. Like, you know, but like for example, here, this Maui Tanoa is projected to Nebraska. We're leaning RPM. I'll tell you this right now. He's not committing the Huskers. Not committing the Huskers because apparently I get some funny emails from time to time from subscribers who give me bits and pieces. Apparently, what happened with him is he visited Nebraska and he was really interested in the Huskers. And Matt Rule said he wants him to play guard, and that pissed his entire family off. And he doesn't want to play for us anymore. So he's off the table from what I've heard, which I shouldn't say reliable source, but there's no reason somebody would email me and lie about that prospect. Like, come on. It was somebody who come from Utah, so I believe him 100%. Other than that, though, there's not like another like 5-star here who like jumps out, who's actively considering us. However, I do believe we're going to go after some guys who will be 5-stars all said and done. Like, I could see Barron Marshall be a 5-star. I could see Hines be a 5-star. I could see, again, the Jonigan kid being a 5-star. DBs, I could see Fields. Fields is a legit prospect for us. So Fields, yeah, he's technically a 5-star. So we got a couple in there, right? But 2028 class, let's hope it gets going, bro. We need to get going. We need it to get going. And again, it needs to be better. Now, it doesn't need to be decent. It needs to be better. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that offensive line class. Also, hold on. I want to talk about this in the schedule. You know what's crazy, man? The uniforms are kind of growing on me. Is that crazy? Again, not to say I like love the uniforms. Not to say the uniforms are better than our old uniforms, but they're not maybe as bad as what I initially thought they were. You know, like seeing them in the video game and then seeing them like we did our media day the other day, right? And seeing the team wear, I'm like, oh, they're not terrible. You know, I do think they lack something like right here. Like they should have something right here. You know, like right here. You know, whether it's a logo or a Nebraska something, but it's not bad. I still think the patch would have been cool. I should have had the patch on there, but whatevs. But again, they're growing on me. I just don't like the pants. I don't like the fact that on the pants have like a half stripe. Like, what are we doing here? But overall, I think they're a lot better than maybe what I initially thought. So, all right, back in the comment section. Let's see what you guys have to say. Again, I don't know the next time I'm gonna go live, guys. We're probably not gonna go live for another month. So if you got a question, get your questions rolling, man. Get your questions rolling because I think the next time we'll go live. I mean, it won't be next. I mean, it might be three or 4 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks, kind of recap the summer and get ready for the season. So, yeah, man. We need we gotta get these questions in here. Hold on, I'm checking some. I'm seeing if there's any breaking news. I'm seeing if there's any breaking news here. I'm seeing if LeBron signed. That's what I'm trying to focus on. Did LeBron sign a contract anywhere? No, he did not. Okay. All right, back to the comment section. Let's see what you guys are saying. Since we got 5-player rule, who do you think you want to come back? I want everybody to come back, dude. I would like if Colandrea plays a good year, absolutely want Colandrea to come back, right? I would love for Brandon Black to come back. I would love for if Cameron Lenhart is decent, I love him to come back. But if Cameron Lenhart's another Cameron Lenhart, no, I don't. He should transfer. Andrew Marshall, Victor Evans, with those guys to come back, that'd be great. So yeah, even Jameer Khan, I think Jameer Khan can return too. So yeah, I hope if we have Andrew Marshall, Victor Evans, Jameer Khan back with Danny Odom coming back, oh my gosh, that's a lethal secondary for years to come. Years to come. Yeah, me too, Wayne. I wish he wasn't, under Kenneth Walker's, shadow, but at the end of the day, maybe if Walker gets injured, right, then he can step up. Then he can step up. But it's gonna be hard for him to earn that starting job. Again, they want to black out versus Washington. They will. They will. Again, the only thing that's in between us actually doing the Washington game is the fact that the TV network might not give us that game as a night game. We want to be a night game. So they theoretically might do Ohio State. They might do Indiana, I heard, as also a potential blackout game because they want to just secure. They'd rather do a night game than anything else. And if we can't get a night game for Washington, then we'll push it. Could be. I think so too, but you just never know. You never know. It's a big test for him this year. I know, man. Imagine if Evan came back. We'd be such a better. We'd be in so. If we had, I try to tell you all this. If we had Emmett Johnson, Mike Eckler, Keona Davis, Princewell, Emmanuel, all former Huskers. If we had those guys on this roster, easy 10 wins. Emmett Johnson, Princewell, Emmanuel, Keona Davis, Mike Eckler. I'm predicting 10 wins, and I'm done. 10 wins. Can you imagine the hype? No, but the fact that we let Mike Eckler walk, Princewell, Princewell, that's the thing that pisses me off so much. Princewell Emmanuel was our roster. That dude didn't play any snaps. Never on the field. And when he was on the field, he was really, really good. But Matt Rule, for whatever reason, had a grudge against Princewell Emmanuel, did not put him on the field. Princewell was pissed off, transferred, and it took 6 months at Ole Miss for him to be one of the best edge rushers in America. It wasn't like he sat on the bench for 2 years and finally was good. He showed up at Ole Miss, and he instantly started for them. And he didn't even play here. We put MJ Sherman on the field over him. So it's those type of personnel mistakes that really, really make me angry. Keona Davis could be the same thing. Keona Davis could go over to Miami and start for them and be really good because that's kind of our track record, right? So that's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. I don't know, man. It's just what could should. We always got talent, man. I don't get it. I don't get it with some things. The Real and Best Preview Magazine's Pick 6. I've seen bits and pieces with Pick 6. I like Phil Steele. I think Phil Steele's pretty accurate most of the time. I like some of his he's very statistic heavy. So, but Pick 6 it does a really good job too. I also like Athlon. Athlon kind of sucks, but Athlon's like usually the first one to come out, so I usually get Athlon too. So yeah. Honestly, you know what I've thought about? I thought about this the other day. I might try to get in the Preview Magazine game. So you guys know how to do a deep dive every single year. I'm like, maybe I should do a magazine, like a 100-page magazine, and go over every single player and game in detail and storylines. And I don't know, man. I was thinking about that because nobody really does it like a Nebraska preview mag, like only Nebraska. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that. It was kind of like an idea I had the other day. I'm like, I do a deep dive that's 3 hours long anyways. Like, why I do a preview magazine that I can get even more in detail. I don't know. I'm not really a writer, but I think that'd be kind of fun. Maybe. Score prediction if Nebraska, Indiana are both 5-0. I think Nebraska will still lose. Well, you never know. It's tough. Indiana's going to be so unpredictable this year. I really think it's going to be. I don't want to spoil my record prediction, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'll put it at that. Okay. I don't think it'll be a blowout. And I think Nebraska has a real opportunity to win. So I don't want to spoil my record prediction, but I think we have a real opportunity to win. That would completely shock you. would really shock me. I don't know. The Notre Dame running back would shock me. Isaiah Rodgers probably. If we got like desperate running back and want another guy, Isaiah Rodgers would shock me. But it's theoretically possible. Duvay would probably shock me. Duvay Williams. Kobe Rhymes would shock me at this point because he just said he wasn't going to flip Nebraska. So if he flipped, that would be probably pretty impressive. Miles Smith would shock me. Either one of the Miles Smiths on the defense line would shock me because there's two of them. So when does fall practice start? It begins in 2.5 weeks on August 5th, my man. August 5th, fall ball. So it's a late fall ball start this year because the season starts a little bit later. So we got 2 weeks. Messi or Ronaldo. Man, you guys know I don't know soccer like that. Messi though, Messi made the final, man. Messi made the final. I hope so, bro. I told you guys this before. It's like, wouldn't that be funny if for years Nebraska, for years nobody ever believed in us. For years, or excuse me, opposite. For years everybody always overrated Nebraska. Wouldn't it be funny that this is the year where we finally break out when nobody expects it? I mean, that would be so Nebraska. That would be so us. Like everybody's crapping on Nebraska. This is the year we finally make something happen. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, okay, I kind of would be shocked, but I'm just saying, usually we kind of curse ourselves. So real quick, everybody hit the like button on the stream. We only got 48 likes on the stream. What are we doing? Let's get up to 70 likes here real quick. Everybody, real quick. If you're not hitting the like button on the stream, hit the like button on the stream. For someone watching this, not subscribe as well, hit the subscribe button. But let's quick. Everybody, like break, hit the like button on the stream. Thank you very much. Would not be shocked if Kim Lenhart is our highest paid edge rusher. I don't know his number, but I can tell you for a fact he's not. It's Nwaneri. Nwaneri's getting paid about 7 things. I mean, Nwaneri is a paid man now. He might have got a pay cut from last year. He was getting paid a lot last year, I know, but yeah. No, boom. Monshawn Sales, he's a dog. Whew, he's a dog. I would have loved if we got him. Whew, he's special. My man, Agrithnum, he says, Wilson, thanks for covering everything Nebraska so well for the past years. We appreciate what you do and the hard work you put in. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. It's fun for me, It is what it is. It is work, no question, but it's fun. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. So I like it. I like it. I wouldn't do it if I don't like it. I wouldn't do it if I don't like it. I wish we were better. I wish we were competing for natties, but I love this program. And if we ever start competing for natties, I'm going to go even harder. I'm going to go even harder, man. If Aston leaves, do you think he takes a bunch of players with him? Yeah, I could see it. I could see Danny transfer if Aston leaves. Yeah, I mean that's just the sport nowadays, right? The main reason Danny committed here is because of Aston Williams. Like I remember when we fired John Butler, Matt Rule received a call a couple hours later, and he got a phone call from Danny He said, "Hey, is Aston going to stay on the staff?" And Matt Rule said, "Absolutely." And because if he wasn't staying on the staff, Danny was going to decommit. So, yeah, I think if Aston were to leave, yeah, I think there's a lot of guys who could leave with them. Maybe not. I think Danny could be one. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot because Aston's only been here for 2 years. But I could see some decommits, right? You could see, I think Corey Hadley would decommit maybe in that circumstance. But, again, I think it's fine to talk about it because it's a possibility. But, yeah, I mean, that's a sport, right? You got to be prepared for that kind of outcome. Are we going to overlook? I'm happy for him, man. But it's the summer league, right? Come on, it's a summer league. And usually with summer leagues, you kind of see everything happen. Nickel Toe says, they didn't let Eckler walk. He's a transient that doesn't commit. No, I mean, no, Nickel Toe, you're wrong, man. You're wrong. Listen, Mike Eckler, I truly believe would have stayed here if we just gave him a role on defense. That's all he wanted. Mike Eckler does not care about the money. He does not. Because he literally went to California with million taxes. Dude, he doesn't care about money. He has plenty of money. All that Mike Eckler wanted to do was to help out with the defense. Again, there was an inside scoop. I don't even know if we talked about the channel. That somebody talked to Mike Eckler, in the process of him leaving, and he said that last year he felt, and I quote, helpless watching our defense fail over and over again. He couldn't do anything about it because he wasn't helping out with the defense. Everywhere that Mike Eckler's been, he's helped out with the defense. Everywhere he's went. Okay, he's been a special teams coordinator before, but he's always been a special teams coordinator and this and that. And Matt Rule said, hey, Matt Rule sat him down, and yes, it's true. Matt Rule wanted to give him a contract extension. That is true. But it was never about the contract extension. It was never about the money. All that Mike Eckler wanted was, "Hey, can I get a role in the defense?" And Matt Rule said, and I quote, Matt Rule told you this himself. Matt Rule told you, and I quote, "I want my special teams coordinator to only be a special teams coordinator." So there it is. And Nickel Toe, you are not wrong. You are wrong. You are 100% wrong, Nickel. He is not just a special teams coach at USC. He's a linebackers coach as well. So Nickel, you got to educate yourself, my man. Got to educate yourself. He is also the linebackers coach at USC. And I'll look it up just to show you. I'll look it up just to show you. Yep, there it is. He went to USC to be the special teams coordinator and linebackers coach. Because why? Because he wanted a role on defense. So there it is, Nickel. I proved you wrong yet again. I'm just kidding. Well, you know I love you. You know I love you, Nickel, but you give me a hard time. But you got to admit you're wrong on this one. You got to admit you're wrong on this one. It's all right. It's all right. I'm wrong all the time too. Dittman's dive, maybe, man. I hear LeBron down the Sixers Cavs. Get him on the Warriors, man. He should go to the Warriors. Get him to the Warriors. That's all I'm saying. If he wants to actually win something, get him paired with Steph. The real GOAT. The real GOAT, by the way. Real GOAT, Steph Curry. Not Michael. Not LeBron. Steph the GOAT. Yeah, Sales is special. He's really good. He's really good. Indiana, when Indiana starts to get 5 stars, it gets a little scary. It's a little scary. What would our record be with Dan Mullen as offense coordinator? 10 wins, 9 wins. Dan's real. I mean, his offense last year was fun. It was fun to watch at UNLV. Like, watching Anthony Calendar's tape is so fun, not because of Anthony, because Dan Mullen's so creative. Yeah, but there was a point in time where if somehow Rule were to be fired, I think Dan Mullen would be pretty easy head coaching candidate for Nebraska because he wanted to be hired here a couple years ago. So, but that's if that would happen. So, Husker boy, I don't know why he keeps spamming this. He says, "I hope you don't get bullied in college." Dude, I don't. Bullies are not in college, my man. There are no bullies in college. I got a lot of friends in college. It's not like a sitcom like bully, dude. I don't know. What would I get bullied for? Maybe I think girls bully each other. I think girls bully each other in college, maybe, but dudes don't do that type of stuff. Not in 2026. I'm not. Maybe if I was like 5'6", I'd get bullied. I'm 6'3", pretty athletic, I think. I'm not that athletic. I'm kind of athletic. I'm a cool dude, man. I'm a cool dude. People give me a hard time, I think. Bullied in college. That's a new one. I'm getting stuffed in the locker. I wouldn't even fit in the locker, bro. Oh, that's so. You guys are funny. You guys crack me up. I know. He's. I don't know. That's just funny. He's fun out there. Whenever he's flaunting like a Rolls Royce, is he? I don't think he's a Rolls Royce. I know he spends his money though. I'm telling you, this is what I don't like about NIL. You can tell who gets paid and doesn't get paid on our roster because you'll see Jacory, and Jacory's stunted up in his car and all this change. It's like, bro, dude, do not spend your cash. If you are a college athlete, do not spend your NIL money. Save it. You will be so grateful you saved all of it. Do not spend a lick of it. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you want to, if you were from the trenches. Like, save it. You will be so much better because you saved it. And a lot of these dudes, unfortunately, are wasting all their money. Like, I can tell you for a fact, you know who wasted all their NIL money? Jamari Butler. Remember Jamari went to LSU because all that NIL cash? He wasted all of it. He got none of it left. None of it. And I bet you Jacory wasted all of his NIL cash and went there because that's what they do. And I get it, right? They're my age. I understand their mindset, right? And they want to get some shiny stuff, and I'm not going to hate them for it, but I just don't think that's smart because you just never know what's going to lie in your future, So, yeah, you can tell gets paid and doesn't get paid. And again, so I think there's some confusion, like the way Nebraska does business. And again, I told you guys this, yesterday on the channel. About 50% of our roster now is not getting paid anymore. Like, the top 50%, so our starters and our backups are getting paid, but like the scout team dudes are not getting paid. So the way it works, like, I'll give you a great example. I'll give you an example of Dylan Berrymont. Like, Dylan Berrymont's getting some money from Nebraska right now. He's not a part of the top 50% of the roster just yet. Let's say Dylan Berrymont, I think he has a 1 year or a 2 year deal from a money standpoint. He has a 1 year deal when it comes to revenue sharing. We're giving Dylan Berrymont money right now because you have to give him a 1 year deal to get him to sign, to get him to commit. But let's say Dylan Berrymont doesn't show any progress. Let's say Dylan Berrymont is part of the 3 deep going into year 2. Then we're just not getting any revenue sharing because you're already here. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't need it. I mean, you could transfer theoretically, but you're probably not going to get money elsewhere either. So that's what we do is we pay a lot of true freshmen to get them here, but then after that, we start to give them less money if they're not actually producing on the field, which I think is a kind of smart strategy. So I'll tell you this, like Grant Brix is probably getting paid nothing right now. I don't know if Demetrius Bell is getting paid anything right now. Like, let's see. Quinn Ives is probably getting nothing, to be honest with you, right? David Hoofkin getting nothing. I would be shocked if Sulafo is getting a whole lot. He might be getting paid a little bit here and there, but for the most part, right? That's kind of how the way it works. But I hope these guys save their cash. I hope. Like there are some ones who are smart, like Nyziah. And I know Nyziah. Well, actually, Nyziah is not a good example. Nyziah is not a good example. Actually, he spent a lot of his NIL money. Who has talked to me about saving their money before? Okay, for the most part, all of our players spend a lot of their money. So there's not like a whole lot of great examples. I know some of the true freshmen have told me they've saved a lot of their cash. Like I know Jeremiah Jones saved a lot of his, and Hayden Ainsworth, I'm sure, saved a lot of his. But there's a lot of the dudes spend it, which is whatever. But I recommend them not to. Which Husker home games would be attending? I'm going to attend most, man. I'll be at most. So I'm going to be there for the opener for sure, Ohio. Bowling Green, I don't know if I'll be at either Bowling Green or North Dakota. I have tickets for all the home games because I got season tickets, but there's one that I'm definitely not going to because I have an event, and I think it's Bowling Green. So I don't know if I'm going to Bowling Green. I'll still stream afterwards, but I just won't be in Lincoln. I don't know if I'll be in North Dakota either, just because of an FCS game. I'll probably be at Maryland. I'll definitely be at Indiana. I'll definitely be at Washington. And I don't know about Ohio State. We'll see at that point in the season, right? But definitely we'll be at the first one, Maryland, Washington, Illinois, or Washington, Indiana, and yeah, we'll see. So the majority of them, for sure. For sure. Warriors playing the Summer League Championship. Yeah, bro. Yaxel's dog. What can I say? Yaxel, national champion. What a pick that was. Future LeBron, all I'm saying. Live stream CFP 27. I'm not gonna lie with you. I've not bought CFP 27 just yet. I was playing the 10-hour free trial, and then the whole thing happened with like the community rioting against the microtransactions. So I haven't bought the game yet. I'm probably gonna buy it tonight, to be honest with you. I'm gonna buy it tonight. So I'll buy it. I'll buy it. But I don't know. I've done one stream before for video games, and I was trash. I'm not that great at college football right now because the game's kind of different. So I got to get good, and then maybe I'll stream at some point. Shout out to you, Ty. Shout out you, Ty. Grant says, when are you gonna play me at CB26? I don't have CB26. I didn't buy. It's on. Actually, I do have CB26 now because it's on EA Play. Do you have my gamer tag, Grant? Do you have my gamer tag? My gamer tag is on Xbox. WILDAWG3. It's Will Dog 3. At me, friend me, man. If you want to play, but don't spam me. That's my gamer tag on Xbox. I don't play with PlayStation people. I only play Xbox. I play college football and Rocket League, and that's about it. Maybe a little bit of PJ Tour here and there. Who do you think, if the Big Ten added more programs, who would they be? Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame at some point I think will be forced to join a conference, and that would be the Big Ten ideally. So Notre Dame's one. Other than that, it's tough. Like, I just don't know if North Carolina would ever join the Big Ten because they're kind of a package deal with Duke, and I don't want Duke in the Big Ten. So I would honestly like Cal and Stanford would be kind of fun. If you get Cal Stanford to the Big Ten, I think that would work better. Like, let's say it gets up to, we're 18 right now. Cal Stanford, and you put in Notre Dame to 21, and then you throw on, get rid of Rutgers, and add, I don't know who we add at that point. Florida State. I mean, yeah, you have to have decent academics to join us. We're pretty elite, right? No, I'd say maybe North Carolina, ideally, but I just don't know if North Carolina would ever join up. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell them, man. I'm trying to tell these guys. Whenever I talk to a player, we're discussing some cash. I say, hey, bro, like, save up that money. I'm trying to tell y'all, because again, again. I think right now a lot of these kids, especially when they're recruits, they want to have the jewelry, right? They want to show off their stuff. That's cool, but you ain't gonna be wearing all these chains when you're 20, when you're even 30. Like, you're not gonna like it when you're 30. So, and again, the second you buy a chain, first off, the thing about these like diamond chains, they're so overpriced. You can buy fake ones off like DHgate for like $2 that have the same amount of shine. Like, it's just stupid. I I don't get it. Like I get buying a car. I'm not a car guy myself, but I get the allure of buying a cool car, definitely buying property, but it's the change that I just think are stupid. Like you can buy cheap change for like $100, $50 that had the same shine, you know, that are fake, but who cares, dude? Who cares? It's life's not that deep. Nobody cares about the chains. I just, especially like, I don't know. I know they're trying to press other dudes or stuff. I mean, it's kind of like you're trying to one up other dudes, say I got more money than you, but still, it's I don't know. I get it. Like, trust me, I get it. Right? I'm these guys' age. I understand it, but it's just I don't think it's too smart. Indiana has a pretty advantageous schedule. I think they'll find a way to go 10-2 for sure, at least bare minimum. Do you think we'll beat Iowa? Record prediction August 1st. Can't say. Think we have a chance though. We, by the way, if you add me, also send me a message who you are, because I don't. I mean, I don't know if I get you friended, Grant. So send me a message so I know who you are, because I got people who follow me on Xbox, but I don't know you. I don't know who you are next to your gamer tag. You feel me? We need Kurt saw the first three teams as per old times. Yeah, I don't think we will. I think there'll be a couple games there that are kind of slugfests. I mean, I'm not gonna BS you, like I think we'll win the first 3 games, but I think North Dakota game could be ugly for us for sure. Particularly North Dakota, I think could be ugly just because it's our last game. It's very easy to overlook North Dakota. We got this concert going afterwards, which is a joke. That's one where I'm kind of like, that could be a little bit questionable for sure. For sure. For sure. What would it take what would it take together from where we are to get to Ohio State's level? Well, we were once on Ohio State's level about 30 years ago. Yeah, I mean, it just takes consistently building a program, winning more and more every single year, getting a bigger booster base, getting a bigger fan base, increasing your brand. But it just starts with winning and continuing to win, right? That's what it is. I mean, money will come. I'm a big believer of that. If you continue to win with Nebraska, more money will flow. Like, it's not like we have no resources. Like if we start winning, boosters will get more and more excited to pay money. So we could be top 10 in NIL if we just start winning. And again, when you put more money in the football program, money comes out. Or excuse me, when we put more and more money in, and you start winning more and more money gets back in. You feel me? Hope that makes sense. If you could make 10 teams to be in the Big Ten for round robin schedules, which teams would you pick? What do you mean? What do you mean round robin schedules? Like 10 teams you play every single year, you mean? I don't know. Rephrase that. I'll go back to that, Emerson. Rephrase, I'll go back to it. Rephrase that. What jersey is worse? 2026 or 02? 02 for sure. You should do a Nebraska football high school. You should do a Nebraska high school football trip sometime in the near future and go all around the state. I mean, maybe. But I mean, I don't know. I have some viewers who care about Nebraska high school football, but some people are out of the state. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I do cover a lot of Nebraska high school football just in general. Like a lot of people in the state watch me because I talk about. I give them a lot of love, but I don't know how much success that would have. Plus, like we have a football game the next day. I got to cover and get ready for. So I don't know. That's kind of tough. I can't do everything. I try to do a lot, man. I do a lot already. I do a lot. People say, "Well, so you should start like another podcast, it's like a long form podcast." Like, dude, I make two 20-minute videos a day. Like, plus all this other stuff I'm doing, man. Plus school. Like, I can't. I'm already doing a lot, you know. So maybe in the near future. It's never. I never say never, but I don't know. What is the purpose of a concert after the game? The reason why they're doing it is because they think nobody's going to attend the game. Troy Danon believes, and it's not just him that believes, I believe it, that they are going to have trouble putting butts in seats for the North Dakota game. So the only way they can get people in butts and seats for the North Dakota game is saying, hey, there's a concert afterwards. The only way you can go to the concert is by buying a ticket to the football game. So, but what he doesn't understand is going to happen is this. There are going to be a lot of girls or 18-year-old, 19-year-old teenagers who don't care about football, who buy football tickets, but they're not going to show up until the fourth quarter because they don't care about the game. They're just going to show up at the concert, and that's what he doesn't understand. So, yeah, we're going to have tickets sold, but the people in attendance, it's going to be very, very low. So that's the whole purpose, and it's a joke. Troy Dan's made some weird decisions. I'll just put it at that. Is it crazy to think that North Dakota State can contend in the Mountain West? I think so too. But I mean, the Mountain West is a tough conference. Like they're by far the best G5. They got they got New Mexico in there. San Diego State will be decent again. Or San Diego State the pack again? Now I don't even know. But again, I know they got New Mexico. They have okay, hold on. Let me just look at them. I can't even tell you who's in the Mountain West, dude. They just, I mean, it's okay. The Mountain West. Let's see. Well, they got UNLV still in there. I know that. Let's look at the Mountain West schools. Is this it? Okay, where's the new Mountain West? I don't. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So, yeah, again, yeah, they could, but again, New Mexico's gonna be tough. Hawaii's a sleeper team. They have one of the better quarterbacks in G5. Wyoming could be decent. UTEP could be decent. UNLV is gonna be pretty good again. So, yeah, I don't know. They'll probably be pretty easily third, but they could be higher than that. Best chance of upsetting us during the Big Ten schedule. I think every game's losable outside Maryland. I think, well, Maryland's losable too, but upsetting us, you're asking me to, you're asking me to do my record to say what I did predict a upset loss. I just can't, I can't say. But just know every game. I think every game's losable for the most part. Every game's losable for the most part, right? Yeah, okay. 9 Big Ten teams to play every year. Okay. So if I were to pick 9 Big Ten teams to play every single year, okay, let's do it. Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, easy, the big 3 there. Regional schools, I think those are the biggest rivalries supposedly in the Big Ten. So I play them. I play Ohio State every single year. I mean, just because you kind of want a quality team in there for sure. And Ohio State, I mean, those games, those get ratings, right? I play Ohio State. I would do Penn State as well. I would do UCLA, USC to get us a 7. And then I throw on Illinois gets to 8. And then give me Maryland just because Maryland sucks. Give me a 9. So that's what I probably do. That's what I probably do. Appreciate you, Mason. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you, dude. Yeah, man, we might do. I'm telling y'all, magazine, man, it's just kind of a random thought, but I think if I did magazine, I'd go hard. I'd go hard with it, man. It would be the best magazine for Nebraska football, no question. I put a lot of hours into it, so I might do it, man. I might do it. I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be good. If people were excited about it, I'd definitely do it. So. What happens if we get a win against Indiana? If we get a win against Indiana, dude, I'll make a public apology on Matt Rule. That's all I'll do. If we beat Indiana, I'll make a public apology. I was wrong. You can beat big teams. You're no longer Matthew. I'll make a public apology. I'll do it. If we could beat Indiana, the hype would be crazy. So that'd be fun. The very real Ahmad Hudson says, "Yo, Wilson, me and Michael Terry team up." Oh, thank you, very real Ahmad Hudson. That's a really good sign there. No. But come, who? I know y'all do this. I know y'all. I know. I think I kind of know who's behind this account. Why y'all gotta like fake the recruits? I mean, you guys almost fooled me one time. There was one time where you guys almost fooled me. I can't remember who it was. You guys almost fooled me, but you're not fooling me here. You come on. Maybe change it up. I've had fake everybody's in the chat. I've had fake Mac Rules, fake John Butlers, fake recruits, fake players. Like, come on, guys. Like, if I know, and what you guys don't know is that a lot of the players and recruits do watch me, and I know they're tagged. So if I know who the real ones are. You're not fooling me. You might fool the comment section. You're not fooling me. I'll tell you that. Cool, could possible. You think of the G6 playoff contenders this year? Yeah. Again, the 3 that I mentioned from the Mountain West, I could see North Dakota State, I could see New Mexico, and I could see UNLV. Memphis with Charles Huff definitely could be a contender. Well, at the pack, I mean, there's probably somebody good in the pack. Let's look at it. Who's in the pack? Again, I gotta memorize these new conferences because the pack is so different. Is there a plaque contender on the MAC? Let's see. Oh, the pack, not MAC, pack. Where is the new pack? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Utah State, no. Boise, I mean, yeah, Boise maybe could be. Texas State definitely could be. I could see Texas State. They're pretty good this year. Really tough quarterback, tough running back. But again, Air Force could be. Navy will be. Navy definitely will be one. Definitely Navy will be in the mix. Other than that, I'm sure I'm missing one. I don't know. It's a good pick. Good pick, Emerson. Could we see Colorado? Could we play Colorado in the spring game? I would love it, and I think college football might be going towards something like that. But I don't know. A lot of Dawson Merritt informal interview when you did it. Any goals to do this more? I don't know. I'm not a huge interview channel, to be honest with you. I mean, it was cool doing that with Dawson, but I don't know. I don't like bothering these guys, to be honest with you. I don't like. I mean, some interviews are good, some are bad. I mean, I think it would. I'd be very particular about who I would interview, but we'll see. Maybe at some point. I'll never say never. It's just I'm not really an interview channel. It's kind of an update channel. It's an analysis channel, right? We talk about the team. If I feel like there should be like I texted Matt Rule. I said, Matt Rule, man, I'll get you on the show, and he left me on red. So Matt Rule does not want to come on the show. Matt Rule does not like me. Matt Rule does not like me, but it's okay. That's the only person I ever offered was him. So it's all right. The most I knew he was going to say no though, so I wasn't shocked by it. I wasn't shocked by it. Is the Matt account Rule? No. The Matt account, is there a Matt account on here? Matt Rule's definitely not. If he's watching this, he's not chatting. He's definitely not chatting. I don't see a Matt account here. I don't see a Matt account. Okay, what will happen? Okay, what will happen to some random team like Rutgers, Iowa, Minnesota will get upset against Indiana? I could see it. Yeah, I think this is a year where Indiana falls. Let's just look at Indiana's schedule. Let's just look at it. Yeah, not Rutgers. I don't think Rutgers on the road, but I could see USC beat them. I could see Washington beat them. I mean, telling this schedule is pretty easy though for them. You know, they duck Oregon, duck Penn State. This is pretty manageable for Indiana. Yeah, no, Matt. I don't know Matt Rule's profile. Again, all I know about Matt is he watches the channel. I don't know his. I don't think he comments. I don't think he comments. So that'd be funny though if Matt Rule commented and got like 100 likes. It's just him like, this is so wrong, Wilson. That'd be funny. That'd be funny, man. Hey, Matt. Let's win some football games, dude. And all. I gotta support Matt Rule. I really do. I want him to work out. I call it like it is. I'm not right about everything. I just try to be very honest. And I try to back up. If I say something negative, I try to back it up statistically or back it up with some reasoning. Some people like it. Some people don't. It's just the way it is. Like some people want everything positive, and that's cool. I just try to be very honest about things, right? And you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with everything I say. I don't ask you to agree with everything I say. I just say, at least understand where I'm coming from, right? So, where are you guys in Heisman watch? I think Dante Moore's going to run away with it with that offense. I'd be hard pressed if Dante doesn't win it. Be hard pressed if he doesn't win it. So Dante's a pretty easy pick for me. Again, I wouldn't be shocked. I think Bo Jackson will have a big year for Ohio State. I wouldn't be shocked with him, but there's just so much talent at Ohio State to roll around. Arch Manning certainly not. I'm not buying the hype around Arch. Sam Levitt definitely not. Norris Sellers definitely not. Darian Mensah, I don't see with Darian Mensah personally. So I think it's gonna be Dante. I think he's a betting favorite. I think it's pretty likely it's him for sure. Pretty likely it's him. All right, guys, we've been going for a while here. Get your final stuff in here. We'll go for about 10, 15 more minutes as long as you guys have stuff to talk about. Because again, I'm not going to go live for I don't know, a couple more weeks, month. So This will be a kind of our last summer live stream before we get to fall. Our next one will be in fall ball for sure. So if you got any more stuff, get out of here. It's gonna be. I think my pick's Dante. My pick's Dante for sure. My pick's Dante. But again, put profile stuff in here. Also hit the like button on the stream. I don't know where we're at likewise. Last time I checked, we're at 70. Let's hit 100. Let's get close to 100 here on the like button. Give someone watch this and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. What are your thoughts on the Miami Marlins? They're trash. That's my thought. No, I don't know, man. I don't know a whole lot about baseball. I'm a Padres fan. I watch the Padres, but I'm not a baseball junkie, to be honest with you. I like college baseball a little more than the MLB. So, but I try to get into it. I'm more of a Canadian Football League junkie. I watch the Canadian Football League like crazy, dude. I'm trying to tell you. I'm an Edmonton Elks fan. You guys should watch the CFL. I think you'd like it. I think it's so much better than the UFL. Like UFL sucks. The CFL is fun. There's 3 downs. The field is 110 yards. There's 12 guys in the field that you can run before the snap up to the line of scrimmage. Dedrick Mills is killing it. I believe he's like on a Stampede or something. I'm just saying, people hating the CFL. It's fun television. It's on like college. It's on CBS. I think it's on CBSSN every now and then. Pretty much every single weekend. So join the Elks fan club, man. I'm just saying, bro. It's fun. And again, the great thing about the CFL, you watch it in June, you watch it in July. The season goes until November, but you don't watch it in November. You just watch it until preseason rolls around for the NFL. Then you focus on the NFL. But CFL is what I watched in July, and I got no shame saying that. No shame. No shame. Big Stampeders versus Elks matchup on Thursday. I'm going to be watching that. Come on. I'm a junk. I need my football. Come on. I can only watch so many Nebraska reruns of us losing. So, yeah. So true, man. Matt Rule needs to give me some more love for sure. I just think he has a misconception. I'm just like hating on him. I'm not hating on him, man. I try to be very, very honest. And again, he's from the East Coast. He should know how it is. I don't know. I don't know why I think he thinks I'm an enemy of Nebraska. He's an enemy of him. Like, I'm not an enemy of you, man. I'm rooting for you. It's just, if you think I'm going to glaze you for going 7-6, it's like, that's just not happening, right? I don't know. I don't need me and Matt Rule to be best buds over here. I appreciate if we had a working relationship. So, let's see. Indiana will get the benefit of the doubt due to SIG. I mean, if they go 10-2, they probably should make the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, I think 10-2 in the Big Ten, even though the rest of the wins won't have been great, it'd still be impressive. Since you obviously got Hayes from Penn State, can you work on Cooper next? Facts, bro. Facts. They should hire me. I'm doing more work probably for them than any of the scouting assistants. I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but I wouldn't be shocked. Facts. Our real life Nebraska football team ratings: offense is an 85 overall. Okay, what? Defense is an 82. Okay, I do actually have our offensive and defensive overalls in the deep dive. I don't want to reveal that, but the offense is pretty spot on. I'm a little bit more bullish on the defense, though. What is Nebraska Siege? I don't know what Nebraska Siege is. What is Nebraska Siege? Never heard of that. Arena football? Where do they play? I know about the Omaha Beef. Omaha. Where do they play in Lincoln? I've never heard of the Siege ever. Never heard that in my entire life. Where do they play? This is like all of their graphics on their website are AI. What is this stuff? This is slop, bro. I don't know. That's interesting. Nighthawks back. Shout Nighthawks. Nighthawks are the true professional team of Omaha. I'll stand by them forever. UFL is terrible, man. It's terrible. I think we could. I can't do UFC. I can't. It's just not exciting to me. A lot of my friends like it. I can't. I'm just not. It's not intriguing to me. Like I watched a little bit of the McGregor fight for the 2 seconds that was a thing, but I'm not crazy into fighting, to be honest with you. I'm not crazy into it. Okay, people say it's in Grand Island. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know nothing about the arena football team, to be honest with you. I know nothing. So I don't know nothing. I know about the Omaha Beef, and that's I've been like one beef game my entire life. And I went to a Nighthawk game when I was little. So all right, guys. Final stuff before we get out of here. Final comments. Again, as you guys put your final stuff in here, I'll kind of give you a preview of what's coming to the channel over the next 2 weeks. I'll just kind of show you. I'll tell you my schedule. Talking about schedule. Tomorrow we are talking about Nebraska versus Iowa, the rivalry, and potentially dying. We're talking about the offense. We're talking about the sellout streak. A recruiting update at some point this week, maybe. We'll do recruiting, I don't know, at some point. And of course, Saturday, deep dive. You guys know that. Deep dive on Saturday. We'll start talking about fall camp next week. Well, a lot of stuff next week's fall camp. We're getting ready for fall camp. So, and then of course, so again, but the big ones, Saturday deep dive, and then the Saturday after that, August 1st record prediction. And again, a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff there, man. A lot of stuff there. Are you from Nebraska? I am, bro. Omaha. Born and raised, man. I'm holding it down. Holding on the big O. In the big O. Summer League Championship, bro. Warriors are in it, you're saying? What's the score? Maybe I got to watch that when I get out of here. They're playing, what, the Grizzlies? Ooh. Hopefully my boys win. My boys win. Dude, Riker Fife was so bad. Maybe he did. I don't remember that. Right? I remember when Riker Fife came in the ball game, you knew it was over. You knew it was over. Fife, I mean, he was, whew. Say what you want about TJ. That's an upgrade from Riker Fife. Shout Riker Fife. I hope he's doing well. Hope he's doing well. So, all right, guys. That's it, man. Good stream. Went about a solid 2 hours. Did hit the like button on the way out. Appreciate all you guys. We'll go live. I don't know. Maybe I'd say I like to go live on Sunday nights. I think that's a good time to do them. I don't know when next time I'm going live though. I don't know. I'd say probably about 4 or 3 weeks. So, because I'm going on vacation here in a week, but we'll have daily content twice a day. You guys know the deal. It doesn't stop on vacation, man. I'm a workaholic. So, but we'll go live probably in 3 or 4 weeks as we get into fall ball closer to the season. But again, remember, big deep dive Saturday. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's a good one though. I lost my voice recording it, and then I got my rec prediction the week after that, which you'll have some thoughts about. I'll put it at that. I'll have some thoughts about it. So, all right, guys, appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna play some video games tonight. Appreciate you, Sports Ball Report. You're the guy. Everybody go sub up to Sports Ball Report. He does some good stuff on Instagram and on YouTube. Appreciate you, Ty. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Everybody enjoy your night. Enjoy your week ahead of you. Enjoy the summer because you just know this, man. Nebraska football, it's almost back. It's almost back. Whether you like it or not, it's almost back. Let's gear up and let's get ready. All right, guys. Go Big Red. Go Matthew. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you in the next one.